a dreary day at Dick North Memorial Field on the campus of East Lyme High School, but it's always sunny on game day. Welcome, everybody, to the initial broadcast of the season for Game Day. Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Rob Brule. We always bring you in when we do soccer, and we've got a beautiful soccer doubleheader today. The East Lyme, Old Lyme boys and girls with a little early showdown in the season, doubleheader night here in East Lyme.
Yeah, you can't beat a game like this. A little derby action going, the first game of the year for the Wildcats. I can see this being a real good game. It's going to be close, even though East Lyme played last night. Maybe some tired legs. This is a rivalry game, and you're going to see the best of both these teams tonight.
The first of many broadcasts this fall in fall sports in southeastern Connecticut. And as always, you wonder where he is. Well, he's lurking somewhere nearby, the third member, but number one in our hearts, my partner, Keith O'Brien, sports doctor.
Hey, Casey, good to be back on Game Day 2018 style. Thanks for the coach for sitting in, too. And Coach talked about this. Two teams chomping at the bit. Old Lyme ready to get on the field. East Lyme a game in hand. And the biggest game of the year as to the Old Lyme team. Casey, this should be a lot of fun. Great doubleheader soccer tonight.
Well, we know that soccer is, like we said, that's what brings the coach out. And, Coach, two of the premier programs in eastern Connecticut, Old Lyme, the Wildcats in white, East Lyme, the Vikings in their traditional maroon, and we are underway.
Yeah, I think these guys are going to get after it pretty quickly, test each other quick, try to get the ball behind each other's backs a little bit. See how this goes in the first 5 minutes.
Talk a little bit about the styles that we're going to see today from these teams, both very skilled, but what are we looking for from Old Lyme and East Lyme stylistically?
I think both teams are going to play. I talked to Coach Vendetto, and I also talked to Coach Christensen before the game. They're going to go a traditional 4-4-2, play two guys up front, look to play balls into feet up there, play the way they face. I think it's well-skilled teams, well-skilled players. A lot of them play all year round, so you're not going to see the ball thumped up and down the field all night long. I think you're going to see a possession-type game, and it's going to come down to a set piece here and there.
East Lyme, of course, is going to want to get the ball onto the feet of its two main offensive threats. We're talking, of course, about captains Matt Kung and Alec Kaczynski. Kaczynski, in particular, a dynamic goal scorer. Saw that last night in their win over Waterford. Anytime he has the ball, he's dangerous.
Yeah, he's a playmaker. You know, Alec has been a playmaker since he's been 9 years old. He gets after it. He times his runs really well up front. He's dynamic. He can use both feet. And I was talking to Coach C before the game, and he's on a watch list for All New England this year, and that's well said and well earned by Alec.
On the other side of things, Old Lyme has some skill up front as well. Looking at Peter Sherman and Evan Getz, two very dangerous scorers on their own. A lot of technical precision. You can see it. Coach Venditti puts a lot of emphasis on spacing, really doing a good job, distributing the ball equally amongst his players. And you see right here in the early going, very good job of controlling the ball by Old Lyme.
Yeah, as Sherman goes, Old Lyme goes. If he plays well, Old Lyme will have a good night tonight. He's right now in the midfield, center mid position, but as he gets going, he gets touches on the ball. He's going to find the width of the field. So.
Early shot on goal that time goes wide from East Lyme. And let's talk a little bit about the keepers, because two incredibly physical differences between the keepers. For Old Lyme, Ryan Tatro. If I want a keeper, I want a keeper with a mohawk. And that's what Ryan Tatro brings. He's a very powerfully built keeper, not particularly tall, but very, very powerful. And on the other side of things, Sunil Lal, the senior keeper for East Lyme, very tall, lanky, very more of a traditional keeper build. And both of these guys, however, are in very important parts of this team, not just defensively, but jump-starting how their offenses flow from the back.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the game last night, and I saw in goal for East Lyme, they were steady, good positioning, good athletic body, strong hands. And then you look at the other side of the field, the goalkeeper is athletic, strong, quick to the ball, anticipates well. You're right, Casey. The goalkeepers of both of these teams are going to play a major part in this game. They're both going to come up with a big save tonight.
Well, we've just underway here at East Lyme, and as you would expect with two teams in the early going, sort of feeling each other out. East Lyme in control right now with a toss in from Ben Jakubczak, and he's going to play it down the sideline and gets it onto the foot of Kurt Malke and out of bounds, and it'll be back to Old Lyme ball. And both of these teams in the early going just trying to sort of work each other methodically, get it into a playmaker's, onto someone's foot to make a just a good shot at this point. I think the first really good shot of the game sort of loosens everything up.
It does. I think Old Lyme, you're going to see some more deliberate play in the middle third of the field with them. I don't think they're going to, take too many chances. They're going to let the play develop. They're going to try to play the way they face. Coach Vendetto does a nice job of organizing his team, keeping his width, keeping his shape, and they're going to methodically work the ball up the field, where I think East Lyme, at its best, will be a counterattack team. Will find the gaps and use their speed and athleticism to get by these guys.
Ball in the middle of the field, controlled by the Vikings. Little whiff right there, but played back to Chillicothe, and Chillicothe with a little miscommunication that time with Finn Power, and it'll be turnover and Old Lyme ball. Throw in from Old Lyme from Angus Tresden, and he'll get the ball back. Tries to make a move, but there's Kaczynski to intercept, and a little sloppy in the early going, but Old Lyme corrects, and Chillicothe does a nice job stepping in, and East Lyme will try to transition. There's Kung with the ball. Nice ball up ahead. He throws it onto Finn Power's feet. Power tries to cut inside, but a nice defensive play that time by Avery Welch. Stepped in front, and will be a
Corner.
throw into a corner. Yep, corner, and Kaczynski will take it. And here's the first special of the day. Opportunity here for East Lyme.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where you know as a coach if your kids are ready to play or not. First 5 minutes of the game, corner kick. Can you get the ball up and out?
Keep an eye on Kung. He's far post, making a run in from the 18. Low ball in front, and cleared out nicely that time by Quinn Romeo, one of the captains of Old Lyme, but it will stay corner, and Kaczynski will take it again. This time high, shooting back post. Oh, there's Kung with an opportunity, nicely defended by Getz, and it'll be a throw-in for East Lyme. Nice ball that time, different look from Kaczynski.
Yeah, great ball. Great ball right to the 6. Ooh, that could be.
Yeah, little step in that time. Manthaus had a step and got knocked from behind by the Old Lyme defender, so it'll be a kick for East Lyme.
That's what Duncan can do for East Lyme, though, as a complimentary player to Alec. He can take people on off the dribble, and he can create some things. When he's focused and ready to go, he's one of the best players in the league. So, it's a great move.
Good look here for East Lyme. Low line drive and a save. Ball's loose out front, needs to be cleared. East Lyme trying to get another foot on it. Old Lyme looking to clear. And out of bounds, and it will go to a goal kick that time. Those dangerous low saves, ball gets bounced out. Tatro did a nice job getting down low on the shot, but it's always dangerous when the ball scoots out in front.
Yeah, he sure did. His defense in front of him did a nice job. You defend as a team, and they just helped him out right there. But this slick grass, the slick turf, he did a nice job stopping that play.
Yeah, I just still marvel at the distance these keepers can get from the goal kick. Here's a little run. Old Lyme with an opportunity on a rush. Ball goes back. Here's a ball down into the corner. Welch tries to keep it in. Little chip, and it'll be off the side of the net. Goal kick for East Lyme.
Well, you just saw the ability, for these guys to counterattack and get up the field quickly. Good job by Old Lyme.
Yeah, Evan Getz is a very talented player in the midfield, and he and Welch that time combined on a little 1-2, and you always got, like you said, you always got to keep your eyes on Sherman, but Old Lyme, no shortage of talented players up front.
Yeah, Quinn did a nice job up there.
Nice job that time playing back to the keeper, and Lyle kind of a mishit on the kick, does not clear, and Old Lyme looking to take advantage. No score here in the early going between the Wildcats of Old Lyme and the Vikings of East Lyme. Old Lyme will control, plays out to Milazzo. Milazzo with a little touch. Here's a pass into the middle, they were for Sherman, but couldn't connect, and now a run out for East Lyme, and Old Lyme trying to keep it in. East Lyme showing off some skills here in the middle of the field, and Old Lyme will control. There's Sherman with the ball. Sherman and Kaczynski. There's two great players right there, and Sherman tried to shoot it long to his teammate Welch, but a little too much mustard on that one, and it will become East Lyme throw.
Yeah, you got to remember, Old Lyme trains and plays on grass all the time. They don't have turf, so it's going to take them a little while to get used to the pace. But a lot of these kids play Premier, and they train on turf, so they're kind of used to it. But, 10 days of training on grass, and you coming on turf. It's a different game.
Law with the goal kick. Sherman with a head ball. East Lyme will just clear, and Old Lyme will be content to play it back to Tatro. Tatro, quick transition, puts it right back in the middle of the field. Nice job by Malky of East Lyme to put it back into the offensive end. Here's Kung. Kung with a little move, going to look to try to get a shot off, gets an in-step inside, and a nice play defensively by Nick Fava. And out of bounds, it will be should be a corner kick for East Lyme. It will be, and Manthaus will take it from the far side this time. Now you got to keep your eyes on Kaczynski because they're going to want to try to get the ball onto his foot. Manthaus with a little hooking banana. There's a head ball, and just missed wide that time by Joey Grubb. Got a head on it and just wide. That's one of those dangerous deflections where the direction of the ball changes. And Old Lyme fortunate that it went wide, and they will have a goal kick.
Yeah, now you're seeing two corners or two crosses, and East Lyme getting their head on it. So you're looking like a little mismatch there in the middle.
Nice aggressive play by East Lyme. Ball's loose in the backside, and now Kaczynski from the 10-yard line is going to look. Chips in front and no one home, and it'll be cleared by Old Lyme. Welch with a head ball. Up ahead now it goes to Getz, and out of bounds, and a throw-in from Chill McCarthy. And we're going to have a whistle man down on the East Lyme side. That's Finn Power. Looks like he got maybe a foot to the calf, and he's up and all right. And Chill McCarthy will take the direct. He'll have a kick from about midfield. I'm going to plop it down, and he's going to turn it over instead to Grubb. Good size, Joey Grubb, the junior. Powerful low line drive, headed out and controlled by Old Lyme. Now here's a little touch to Welch. He tries to do a little touch pass, but intercepted by the Vikings. And again, the action pretty much has all been in between the 30s. Here's a little run now, Arsenault, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay East Lyme ball.
Yeah, you can see with forward the back. I mean, it's really hard to penetrate when you're just dropping as a 4. So the defense is just trying to keep East Lyme in front of them.
Both teams, I think, seem pretty content at exactly that, playing the game from the back, waiting for their opportunities. Very patient.
Patience, yeah, it is. It's a sign of a disciplined team, really. I mean, patience is taught. It's not always something you have.
Nice steal in front by Power. Power now and a whistle on the field. We're going to...
That looked like an advantage, possibly. Got waved off.
Yeah.
Give him the free kick.
So they're going to move the ball back out. And let's send it down to the sidelines to the sports doctor. Sports doctor.
Hey, Casey, just had a chance to talk to head coach for East Lyme, Paul Christensen. He said, we're coming out a little flat today. We had a late game last night. We got back at 9:30, he says, but he'd rather be in this position because everybody's in the same boat. At least he knows what he's got out there. He's going to sub in a lot of kids. He's going to play a lot of young guys, but East Lyme, a little flat right now.
Thank you, sports doctor. Yeah, a little bit. You said this coming off, and we'll talk about that in a moment as Kaczynski's going to have the free kick. Tries to chip it out in front over everybody. It's loose in front. Here's a ball, and dangerous, but save made by Tatro. A missed opportunity by the Vikings.
Absolutely. That's one that he's going to think about later tonight if it ends 0-0 today.
We talked a little bit before. Old Lyme playing its first game. East Lyme playing back-to-back games, having opened last night with a win over Waterford. What do you think is the bigger disadvantage? The the fatigue of back-to-back, or the rust of not having played a game yet?
I always think rust. I think after a first game, you're in just such better shape because you know what your teammates are going to do under pressure. Other people will disagree. They want fresh legs, in the guy's game to run at people. But I like the idea of having a game under my belt, playing with my teammates and being ready. Tired leg, he's going to sub. Coach C is one of the best coaches in the league. He's going to sub his kids in and out. They had 85 kids try out for the team. So,
wow.
So they made cuts, and they have deep teams, deep roster, so he can play a lot of kids, unlike Old Lyme. So
smaller roster. And the direct kick will be from, the quick kick from about the 35-yard line will be from Malky of the Vikings.
That's a good ball.
Ball in the air. Out comes Tatro with a punch. Ball loose in front, and a beautiful job in front by Old Lyme. Ball loose again, and it will go wide. Old Lyme, credit Sherman and Jesper Silberg. Silberberg that time for getting a body in front of a loose ball. An opportunity missed again. That ball was right in front with no keeper. Your defensive players got to get a body on it, and they did.
That was a great service. Great service in the box. Made the keeper make a decision. Stay in your line or come off. Perfect ball.
Headed back now. It goes to Tresnan. Tresnan for Old Lyme. And we're going to call that 22 is Avery Welch. Avery Welch for Old Lyme now drops back. Throw in from East Lyme. Kaczynski. Ball loose, and there's Sherman for Old Lyme. Sherman puts it onto the feet of Getz, and Getz loses it. And, of course, Getz gets it back.
Yeah.
And then loses it again. Nice ball that time by Manthaus. There's a shot, a deflection, and a save by Tatro. That was, by the way, that was Edom Syed that got his body on the ball to deflect that shot from East Lyme. Grubb had an opportunity in front, and Syed stepped inside. And we're going to get a whistle as Sherman trips up Kung. And East Lyme will retain possession. Kung puts his hands up like, you know, can I get a little help here? And he will. He does get help. And there comes the official over to talk to Sherman, just explaining why he blew the whistle. I like that. I like that control from an official. No, no card, nothing too crazy. Just blow the whistle, go over and explain to the young man what he saw, and give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Joe Filippetti's been a referee a long time, seasoned guy, one of the better refs.
Nice ball from Grubb. Kaczynski now going one-on-one. Kaczynski puts it in front, and a nice job deflecting it by Old Lyme. A run-on and a shot from Jakubczak, but that goes out of bounds. Nice job, again, by Syed in front in order to deflect that ball off the shot in front by Kaczynski, and Old Lyme will try to bring it out of their end. A little overlapping run that time down the sideline. Wanted it, was calling for it, was Tim O'Brien, who's been very quiet on the sideline. He's one of their better skilled players on the wing, but he's been a little bit quiet so far. They haven't worked that side of the field since the early going.
No, we haven't switched the point of attack yet. Here's an opportunity right now to change the point.
Tresnan to Sherman. Sherman back in front to Milazzo. Milazzo puts it in front, and Lal will get there for East Lyme ahead of the on-rushing Avery Welch.
That was a little bit better by Old Lyme, going forward with some numbers.
Yeah, that was the real first set time. Now here's Sherman, dangerous. One man to beat. Oh, and a nice job by Chillicothe to get a foot on the ball. It will stay Old Lyme ball, but Chillicothe stopped Sherman before he could get started.
Yeah, that was he needed to. Old Lyme had numbers going forward, so that was a good play.
Sherman, it reminds me of the guys you see in the Premier League. He looks like a small guy from England.
Yeah,
he's tiny, a little Scottish
guy,
He's tall, built like a little fire plug, but eminently skilled.
Tall muscle.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not an ounce of body fat anywhere on him. You look at the calves just bursting out of the back of his socks.
Yeah, we like him.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that he's got I love the kids with the motors, the guys that just go the whole time.
Yeah, they do all the grunt work. Those center mids. They do all the work, sideline to sideline, up and back.
East Lyme loses the ball. Now here's a little play in the middle, little pass back off the foot of Getz, going far side to O'Brien. O'Brien on the far corner, and before he can get a foot on it, East Lyme does a nice job shielding him out of bounds, and the Vikings will take over. 23 minutes here in the first half, no score. East Lyme, Old Lyme, and you're listening and watching Game Day live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the coach Rob Brule, the sports doctor Keith O'Brien down on the sidelines as we are jump-starting our fall season with doubleheader soccer. The East Lyme and Old Lyme boys, and immediately following this, the East Lyme and Old Lyme girls. Two classic Eastern Connecticut battles of rivals, non-conference rivals, which I absolutely love. And as expected, these two skilled teams very patient here in the early going.
Yeah, I think right now you're starting to see Old Lyme kind of get their outside midfielders up a little higher in the attack. I think Coach Vendetta over there is actually getting these guys up. You're not going to win this game if you defend with 7. So he's getting them up.
There's a rarity, illegal throw on Old Lyme. Angus Tresnan that time got the whistle. A little too hasty with the throw. And instead, East Lyme will have an opportunity, and they'll throw it in. It'll be Finn Power here on the near sideline, right about midfield. And controlled instead by Old Lyme, but then Kung does a nice job. He looking for Kaczynski, but couldn't get him, and quickly switched in the other direction. Here's an opportunity for Old Lyme, but too many people to the ball, and now they're going to spread it out. There goes Tresnan.
That's a great ball.
Little run through that time with Romeo. Romeo puts it out far side and off the foot and out of bounds of Welch. He was looking for Welch. Nice ball that time through the midfield by Old Lyme.
Yeah, that was a nice touch by Tresnan. Was it Tresnan Angus? You know, great little ball, great feel, great touch. Split those two defenders. Well done.
That's what I want for a name for a soccer player, too. Angus. Angus is a good name for a soccer player.
It is.
There's a nice ball that time. Welch now, but out of bounds. A nice touch that time. That's Tresnan again.
Yeah, he's got a nice little touch. He reads the game well.
And you can see Tresnan and Welch very comfortable playing with each other. They kind of have a natural idea of where the other is going. Oh, what a beautiful move by Kaczynski down the sideline. Retains possession. Oh, he is tricky on down there.
He sure is. He gets you off your, off-footed, man. He's tearing you up.
Swenson, oh, beautifully done by Tresnan. Takes it away, but right onto the foot of Kaczynski. Kaczynski and Kung, little 1-2 game, just out of the reach. And cleared, but it'll stay in as East Lyme is able to get there first. And down the sidelines, he loses it as Jakubczyk, and it will it'll stay East Lyme ball, and they'll have a throw on the far sideline.
It looks like a direct kick.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Delayed call. Good stuff by the referee. Give him a chance to get around that defender. He didn't call it.
Aiden Arsenal will have the free kick for East Lyme on the far sideline. Ball put in front, loose and headed out of bounds.
Swenson.
It was Swenson with an opportunity, and that'll be an Old Lyme goal kick from Tatro.
Yeah, Coach C talked about Swenson coming off the bench. Coming off and adding a little bit of size. A little bit of speed up front.
Senior as well, experienced.
Exactly.
That's a good advantage to have. A lot of teams are forced to bring underclassmen and inexperienced guys off the bench, and not East Lyme. Not East Lyme, like you said, a deep team. They're able to bring a veteran senior with a lot of size and skills and bring him in with fresh legs.
Yeah, and he's been playing with these guys for 10, 15 years. So he knows what to expect. He knows his role when he's playing with Alec up front.
Quaratella that time for Old Lyme. He's new into the game, and he'll have the throw. That's Jake Quaratella. And he puts it into Sherman. Sherman with a little dipsy-do and a little bicycle-style kick over the back of his head. Now onto the foot of Getz. Getz slides, and East Lyme is able to clear, but onto the foot of Warren. And Warren, I don't like that ball, and I'll tell you why. I don't like it. I like conceptually that you immediately think to turn, but you got time.
Yeah.
You got time. He just turned and he put it to a space, which in theory is usually good. Put it to space, but he had time to look, and he had time to give his offensive player a way more of an advantage to run onto that ball.
Yeah, every coach uses the word composure, and it's hard when you're in the derby.
Yes, it is, and it's hard because if you take half a second too long, you lose the ball, and which I understand is.
And as a coach, former coach, I think I'd have something to say. If somebody held on to the ball too long in the wrong place.
Hey, so get rid of it.
Yes.
Put it into space.
Not there. Not there.
Absolutely. Oh, Sherman comes in and steals the ball, but cannot quite get to it, and it'll be East Lyme throw. 18 minutes remaining here in the first half. No score at East Lyme High School. Old Lyme, East Lyme, and you're watching Game Day. Chillin Kurthy that time knocks it off of the Old Lyme defender, and he'll take a quick throw, and he fans on the throw, and he wanted it back like he was going to do-over. There's no do-overs.
Negotiating with the referee.
That time, wet ball down there. Just Chillin Kurthy just lost it. It literally whiffed.
Yeah.
And then
Old Lyme dries it off.
That's right. Old Lyme guy comes in. Quinn Romeo comes in with the ball and says, "Well, I'm not." That's right. I have a shirt. I'll take care of that. He wants, you know why? Because he wants the long throw. Does Romeo in front looking for Sherman. Little flick in front, and Sherman can't quite get to it on the rebound. And a long volley from deep from Malazzo out of bounds, and it will become East Lyme on the goal kick.
Yeah, we call that ambitious, But guess what? Can't score if you don't shoot. So.
Yeah, that time Malazzo and Romeo both were waiting for the volley from about 30 yards out. I've always been, especially on a wet field like today on turf, where early in the game, I've always been a big believer in putting shots on goal early, giving yourself rebounds and opportunities. You never know how the ball's going to bounce, especially on a wet field early season.
Yeah, but I always forget you're a little soccer guru over there in Whaler Nation. I forgot.
Well, it's funny. I went down on the field earlier and to introduce myself to Coach Venditti because I hadn't met him yet. And Coach Christensen comes over and goes, "You never know looking at this guy that he was a keeper back in the day in high school." And I said, "I might be a little
You were
generous."
legit. You were legit.
Stop it.
O'Neal, you were legit.
He said he was a very physical keeper, played a little more like rugby. I said, there's an honest statement. East Lyme on the offensive attack. Nice job, Old Lyme. Very calm. Old Lyme defensively does not seem to get rattled. They stay home in their positions, don't get out of spacing. But East Lyme has definitely been the more advantageous of the two teams up until now.
Yeah, I think that's what you get when you get one of the best players in the state of Connecticut up front. You have instant offense. Here goes a good ball in.
Ball in front. Old Lyme with an opportunity to clear, and nicely done. O'Brien just punches it out with the left foot.
Much better there defensively. Getting that ball up and out.
And it will be East Lyme ball, but my experiences with soccer have less to do with soccer and more to do with just sports in general. And I always believe that in the early part of games, make your opponent do things in the early going. Don't let them settle into the game. Force the action. I'm from the Gil Vargas school of baseball, where you run early in games, and you bunt, and you hit and run. You make teams do things. And in soccer, you put shots on goal. Make the keeper make a save. You never know. Maybe you get a rebound. Maybe you just get
a corner.
That's right.
Yeah, it's called act, not react. And I think that's a lot of these guys, the successful coaches at every level, they do. They preach the same thing. We're going to act, not react. We're not going to worry about what they're going to do. We're going to go out and do it.
A nice ball up ahead. Kaczynski
could be dangerous.
Puts it on the left foot, and a beautiful job by Nick Fava. Fava clearly the defensive leader for Old Lyme. And he's also been told to know where Kaczynski is at all times, because every time Kaczynski's gotten a shot off, Fava's been there.
Yeah, he's been told number 3 does not run 3. So great closing speed too by Fava.
We're going to have a corner kick from Kaczynski on the near corner. And a whistle. See what we have going on here. They're going to put it back out, or
get the kick.
After we get this kick, we got the sports doctor on the sidelines. Wants to give us some info. Here's a nice punch out by Tatro. What a beautiful job. Comes out and gets it again, and headed out by Sherman. And East Lyme will have to reset, and Sherman punches it out. Let's go down to the sports doctor, who's got something on the sideline for us. Sports doctor.
Yeah, hey, Casey, listen, I had a chance to talk to head coach Mark Vendetti, and you wouldn't know it by today, but it's been 90 degrees all week, and practice time and scheduling has been a little bit erratic. He's just worried about his team being in game shape. You know what I'm saying? Practice is practice. We're out here for real for now. So his team right now early going, just trying to get the legs underneath him a little bit.
That's a great point, sports doctor. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. You do forget on a cool day like a night like tonight, it feels very much like fall. But it's been nothing but summer for the past week. Practices have been canceled in a lot of places. Schools have been missing early. This kind of late summer weather that we've gotten. And you're right, getting your body ready for game shape on a week beforehand is a challenge. It's an excellent point by Coach Venditti. Chillum Kurthy for East Lyme lets the ball go out of bounds, and he'll take the throw. Let's see if he does better this time. Still wet. Didn't get a best on it that time, but a little head flick by Kung. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Old Lyme ball.
East Lyme staying very organized defensively in their defensive third. Not getting dragged out of the middle.
Oh, beautiful move, Kaczynski that time, but he can't get through Syed, another one of the prime defenders for Old Lyme. And a little shake up in the midfield. There's Sherman. Oh, he can't get through Kung. Nice job. Kung, very fundamental. Wasn't going to get megged that time by Sherman, who was looking to go through the wickets.
It's quite the battle between Kung and Sherman there, huh?
Two very good players.
Yep. They know
Kung,
each other.
Senior,
yeah, they know each other. They're competitors, but probably best friends off the field. So
yeah,
they're going at
probably
it.
played together since they were, 4 years old against each other.
Against each other, yeah.
Kick from East Lyme will come off the foot of Malky. Left foot, puts it on goal all the way down to the 18 and headed out by Old Lyme. Sherman got a head on it that time, and a whistle. It will be Old Lyme ball. And really, Old Lyme has not had a legitimate scoring opportunity yet. They've had a couple of runs, but not even a real shot on goal yet. East Lyme, on the other hand, has had 3 or 4 opportunities right in front of the net on loose balls, but they also haven't had a real legit shot on goal yet. So we're 12 and a half minutes left here in the first half, and we've yet to see what I would call the first true shot on goal.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to sway far from the script. I think they're going to stay pretty organized, trying to be methodical.
Nice work by Malky, the big guy for East Lyme. Heads in, left foot, puts it in front. Oh, an opportunity. It goes right through Swenson. Swenson had to try to use the back foot as he was sort of out of position, and it went right through him. And on the other side of the field, a break for Old Lyme. East Lyme missed opportunity.
Yeah, great stuff by, was it Kurt right there?
Malky? Yeah, Malky that time with a left foot. It was a great look.
That's what you want to see out of your center midfielder, though. Take control of the game. Be dangerous.
Yeah, he started with physicality in the midfield, and by stealing the ball, controlling it, and then found himself in a great position and had Swenson on a beautiful run. Just couldn't quite connect.
Yep.
Far sideline, O'Brien for Old Lyme, looking for some help, and plays it to Romeo, and Romeo is hit from behind. That'll be an Old Lyme ball. Throw in by Old Lyme, and no one home, and East Lyme out of the midfield will clear it. Swenson does a nice job that time for Old Lyme, taking it back, and Old Lyme steals in the midfield. They'll play it back to Quaratella. Now up ahead it goes to Welch. Welch, little triangle action that time in the midfield. Romeo, Sherman, back to Romeo. And really, again, very, very disciplined. East Lyme, nothing there.
Yeah.
Chillum Kuthry there again.
Yep, kind of wanted to see Quinn and Romeo go out the other way there, keep the point of attacks being switched, get it out, That'll come halftime when Coach gets them. When Coach Venditti talks to him.
Here's an opportunity for Old Lyme on the near sideline. Sherman's going to take the kick. Looking for a guy. There's a ball in front. Little hook.
Great ball.
Loose ball. And a beautiful save by Lowe.
What a save. What a great effort.
Beautiful ball by Sherman. Far post. He got the one-timer, but Lowe was there to stop the volley. Beautifully done.
Uh-oh.
Turnover. Kaczynski with free ground. Beautiful move to the outside. Left foot looking to get off a shot. Goes wide. Lets one fire. In front. Oh, and he just missed Swenson again.
This is more what I thought it would be looking like tonight. End to end.
The first true save of the game made by Sunil Lal. That was gorgeous.
But that's what Coach C said about Sunil. He makes the big save at the big moment. There you go. There it was.
And that's the first save of the game. That's the first true shot. And it was legit. It was a volley low down to the...
On target.
Oh,
yeah.
It was beautifully done, and he went down and got it.
Yep.
On the other side of things, Swenson right now has to think to himself, can I just get one more inch in either direction? He's had two opportunities, hasn't been able to convert. Now he takes control himself, heads down the far sideline. Swenson looking for a chip, now cuts it back. And he's going to play it back. No, he's going to play forward, maybe a opportunity that time, but instead Kaczynski with it now. He goes with his left foot. Let's fly a shot. And it'll roll and bounce in to Tatro.
Yeah, Sherman did a nice job shutting that ball down. Alex sometimes finds the top 90, so great job by Sherman to shut that shot down.
Tatro will let it fly with the foot. Gets it to about midfield, and in the midfield, East Lyme converges now. Old Lyme controls with the body. Romeo getting beat up.
Battle of the bigs.
Jakubczak that time banging around on Quinn Romeo, but Old Lyme gets it. Out to the far side it goes. Out there is Tresnan, who they've moved to the other side now.
Yep.
So they've put Quaratella on the near side, and they've slid Tresnan to the far side. And they're going to sub in, and O'Brien's going to get a break.
See, I used to do that when I coached, when people were ready to take them out of the game. They just get closer to me, but not in this case.
You're transitioning him out. That's right. Move a little closer. That's right. East Lyme will have a throw. We're down under 8 minutes remaining. 7:45 here. No score in the first half. East Lyme and Old Lyme. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the coach, Rob Brule, the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, as always, with us. But he's down on the sideline today, pulling up interesting tidbits. Now, Cesar Navas to Kung. and off the head of Novice out of bounds. That was perhaps a novice play as it went off his head.
Saw that one coming, Case.
Yeah, when he didn't, though, it went off his head.
No.
Kung this time with a head ball, tries to put it back, but Old Lyme will have the throw. There's Quaratella to Sherman. Sherman plays it nicely back into the midfield, and there's a rare mistake by Syed, but that time it gets back, and it goes to Novice. Novice with a little run. Now East Lyme puts it to Kung. Kung's going to get there ahead, does, but well done. There's Tresnan on the far side.
A little battle there.
Yeah, Tresnan and Sokolovsky banging each other on the far sideline. Sokolovsky will have the throw for East Lyme. Now he'll turn it over and puts it on Novice's foot. It's back to Kung. And a nice job all the way from his back position. Getz comes with a slide and kicks it out of bounds. 6.5 minutes remaining. No score here in the first half. Ball loose in front. Nice job by Fava of Old Lyme to Getz in the middle.
Ooh.
Oh, a nice steal. Kaczynski now. And a nice play by Pizzaglia, but no one was home. Pizzaglia that time for East Lyme. Cooper Pizzaglia made the steal, turned and put it to where there should have been a rushing offensive player, but nobody home. And East Lyme will have to settle for a throw-in from the far side.
Yeah, sometimes on those quick turnovers, you just got to be the guy to take it, you know. You don't have enough room. You don't have enough time for someone to help you. So
Sherman puts it out of bounds as just trying to stave off some time. It'll stay East Lyme throw. East Lyme in Old Lyme territory right now. They have vastly controlled the offensive action.
And then Old Lyme has the best scoring opportunity.
This is true. and neither of them have been able to put the ball in the net up till now. It has been very much a game of patience on both sides. Like you said, the best opportunity, Old Lyme, point-blank shot, but the majority of opportunities on the feet of East Lyme, who probably, I think we could safely say, 4 or 5 times had balls where they were mere inches away from getting a clean look at goal.
Yeah, this field's starting to get stretched out. I don't know if you've noticed. You know, the field started getting a little stretched out, you know, so that doesn't bode well for Old Lyme right now.
Kaczynski put the nice ball up in front for Pizzaglia, but just a little bit too much, and Tetro cleans it up for Old Lyme. And I think you made mention earlier about which team transitions better.
Yeah, from defense to attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you can see both of these teams are defensively oriented. They're very comfortable. They're playing the 4 across in the back.
Yep.
So who can turn that into a quick transition? The one thing we haven't seen, here's a nice ball. Pizzaglia has it in front. Here's an opportunity, and a beautiful job coming all the way back for Old Lyme was Milazzo. Here's a shot over the top of the goal.
Where did that come from?
What a blast. Noam Sokolovsky with a blast.
Young kid, too.
40 yards out.
Man, what a bomb.
Sophomore, Noam Sokolovsky with a rocket shot
look
from
at him
40
smiling
yards
over there.
away.
Coach C's like, where the heck's happened?
The one thing I haven't seen from these teams, and here's another opportunity, steal by East Lyme in front. Kaczynski plays up in front. And a nice job by Old Lyme stepping in and making the steal side. And Chillum Kurthra comes up, though, but it's going to be played. Here's the ball we've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the long ball cleared by Kung. Neither team has yet tried to switch fields and stretch it out with a longer ball. We haven't seen that yet. It's tough to do, again, like you said, with the 4 across. There's usually somebody back there. But as the ball, as Old Lyme starts to get comfortable, or should I say, as East Lyme keeps playing in Old Lyme's end, here's a through ball, and Tetro's going to come up. All this time, East Lyme's been kind of in Old Lyme's area there. You're waiting for Old Lyme to maybe try to do a quick hit, stretch it the other way.
Yep.
And then conversely, East Lyme's been so good about playing it through the midfield. You got to think that maybe now's the time, with only 3 minutes remaining, some tired legs, maybe a little bit more of a stretch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up there, Sherman. He's playing it up ahead to Welch.
He might get there.
Welch will get there, and cleared out nicely by Novice. And it'll be Old Lyme ball on the throw. And that's going to be down there thrown in by Romeo. And he's going to dry the ball off again is Quinn Romeo. He of the long throw. So this is an offensive play here for Old Lyme.
Flick it on and see what happens.
Romeo approaches, long throw, short side, head ball, Sherman. And there's Lyle to clean it up for East Lyme.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to head it to goal, where sometimes you want to flick those on for a second run.
Old Lyme, I like that decision that time by Milazzo.
Yeah.
He thought about playing it backwards, and he said turned it back up. I like that transition.
Me too. You know, you got 2 minutes left. Get him off. Oh.
Going to get a whistle and back him up. He was just took an extra 10 yards.
You know, did a nice job watching as Coach C moved Alec back. He put in, what is it, Pizzaglio? Is that, 19?
Yes, Connor
yeah,
Pizzaglia.
Yeah, Cooper, doing some good stuff up front, showing some good wheels, some good motion, good movement up front with Duncan.
Yeah, another sophomore.
I like that kid.
Another sophomore. Pizzaglia's a sophomore, and we see some, and we see Sokolovsky sophomore. Put in some young kids with some fresh legs, and I like that. You're right, moving Kaczynski back a little bit, yeah.
Get some more touches on the ball.
Because he's a distributor too. He can certainly score, but he's no stranger to distributing the soccer ball.
No, he's a consummate team player too. He gets it done for the Vikings. He's a field general. He's talking right now to his teammates. Probably letting them know there's only a minute left. Let's be smart. He's a great player. He plays at the national level now, regionally. So
that's fantastic.
It is. It's great for the area.
And after the half they've had, the last thing you want to do as East Lyme is give up some cheapie with a minute left in the game. You've dominated the first half.
Yeah, because Coach C is going to go in and not make too many adjustments.
Old Lyme, minute left, run through the middle. Oh, whiff by Chillicothe in front. Opportunity for Old Lyme. Ball loose and nicely played out that time by Jakubczak. And shielded. Sherman was with a run, but Lyle did a nice job. Got there first. Looking for a quick transition is East Lyme. In front. Head ball. Comes down to the Vikings. They're going to calmly play it back. 30 seconds remaining. Jakubczak. In front. Kung.
Still a lot of time on the clock.
Kaczynski, 20 seconds left. Chips up. There's your guy, Pizzaglia.
Still time.
Pizzaglia gives it back to Novice.
Oh.
Novice loses it out of bounds off Old Lyme. Under 10 seconds.
Like to see a service in there.
Pizzaglia back to Chillicothe. Got a chance for one more shot, and they will not get it off. And that will bring us to the end of the first half.
Great.
No score between the East Lyme Vikings and the Old Lyme Wildcats, but not for a lack of offensive opportunities. Certainly on the Vikings end, they were all over the offensive end of Old Lyme, but not any scoring in the first half.
Yeah, but that's, tired legs and not sharp in the final third of the field. So, that's kind of what you would have expected.
We have no score, and I know the sports doctor is down on the sideline. We'll hear from him some point here during halftime. But in the meantime, we will continue on here and talk about all things sports.
Well, I think this tonight is youth night here in East Lyme. If I'm not mistaken, this is youth night. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys get after it. Shout out to the East Lyme Soccer Association for doing such a great job with these kids in town. One of the largest soccer clubs in eastern Connecticut, and it shows. Got a lot of diehard volunteers, good people, good soccer people. They do a really nice job in the area.
Man,
so
good soccer already from these young guys out there right now.
I know. Sherman have his hands full.
This is one of the best weekends of the year. The opening weekend of when the full sports really opens up. Some of the soccer teams have played already and stuff, but football started this week, and soccer in earnest has really started, and now your fall sports will start to go, and soon volleyball will be in full swing. And
is there anything better though for you, Case? You just said it. Fall sports are here. High school sports is such a, such a stone, such a foundation in our communities. And do you get that excitement every fall when it comes around now? Like what you guys are doing with game day and with sports doctor?
I do, and Sports Doctor is part of the reason why, because he gets so jazzed up by high school football. But I have to say, it's the stories each year, and so you look last night at New London High School, a new coach Johnny Burns, and 1,000 people showed up to the opening game, and
Commander gets 175 yards.
Unbelievable, it just the atmosphere, new coach in Ledyard and a new coach in NFA, and NFA with a huge win over Xavier last night, and just so you get a lot of the energy of the high school football, and then soccer. I watched a video of Sienna Chaponi, and her flip throw at Waterford, which she has challenged me to attempt. And I said to her, as much as I love our game day challenges, there's only 3 things you need to know if I tried the flip throw. 9-1-1.
Absolutely.
But that's one of the most athletic plays in all of sports. Combination of gymnastics and soccer, and it's not just for show. She puts the ball on net. She puts it right where she needs it to be. Big victory
weapon.
for them.
It's a weapon. She's a great athlete. Come on, great family. How about JR? Come on, it's just a great family, great sports family in Waterford, and Melissa is probably the best athlete of all of them.
I was there on the night. She was a guard. Her and her twin sister, guards at Mitchell College for basketball, and my good friend J.R. Chaponi said I have a date with one of the basketball players at Mitchell. He came home that night very much smitten, and the rest, as they say, is history. I'm going to bring in the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, and you're going to stay put. He's going to chat with you about all things sports.
Sounds good.
Sports doctor moving a little slow, so we're going to get him in here now.
That's good.
Thank you, Casey O'Neill. High school football started? Did somebody say high school football started? My goodness.
We do. You heard that.
I was at Waterford Ledyard this morning over at Ledyard High School, and for the first time in over a year, the Waterford Lancers got their first win, 14-13, for head coach John Strecker. First-year coach for Ledyard, Clay Killingsworth. He's got the program. He's spent a lot of time over at NFA. Has a head coach over at Woodstock. So I felt very good for the Waterford kids coach because of the fact that I know a lot of them.
Yeah.
James Elliott's a good friend of mine. His son plays. Nico Tebow, Marcus Lavelle. I was happy for that group. I was happy they got a win. They got off to Snide.
Totally.
And it's a lot easier going to practice on Monday morning coming off of a victory than a loss.
It sure is. You know what? Football is the heartbeat of your school.
Yeah.
When they do well and they win, or they have that big game, it resonates throughout the school system. So all of a sudden, you have a team that was struggling last year, young, playing for one of the best football families in southeastern Connecticut, the Streckers.
Right.
And to see such great guys finally get that win and get that good win.
Now, it wasn't a work of art. I'll tell you, there was a lot of ups and downs in that game, but finding a way to win helps you build adversity as well. So some of the Casey had mentioned, New London with a big win last night. Obviously, Fitch with a stunning loss. I think that'll be and I'm looking forward to doing Fitch this year with Casey because I think Fitch is one of those teams where Mike Ellis may have to battle disciplinary issues there or just keeping guys in line a little bit. A lot of talent, maybe some selfish players, but, they'll figure it out.
Right.
It's very interesting watching the first half over in the sidelines, too. I think talking to both these coaches, both teams started very slowly.
Yeah, they did.
East Lyme, Paul Christian said, we're extremely flat. We're a little tired. We did last night at 9 o'clock. And then Coach Vendetti on the other side, same type of thing. What we've been practicing. Practice schedule has been erratic, so I didn't know how my team was going to react, especially not in the first 10 minutes. This is not a scrimmage. This is not practice. This is a live game. So I think you saw the action pick up a little bit midway through the first half.
Yeah, they're a young team. I mean, they had 28 kids try out for the entire program.
Yeah.
And they're young on top of that. And they haven't had any consistency with trainings. They play on grass, and they're
another good point. Yeah,
I'm not giving any excuses because they play enough turf in Premier and all the other sports to be okay. But you see all that stuff, and you go, guess what? If you said it was going to be 0-0 at half against East Lyme with 85 kids trying out,
right,
and the best player in the state of Connecticut possibly, so I like my chance of being 0-0 at half.
Right. Now the other point that Coach Christensen had made to me on the sidelines, he said, you know what, soccer's one of those games where you have an opportunity. You get very few of them. You got to cash on. We saw a close goal down here. We saw on both ends. East Lyme probably had more of the scoring opportunities.
They did.
But he looked at me and said, Keith, soccer is just one of those games where you don't get a lot of chances.
No.
When there's a ball on net and you got an empty net and, you got to make a play. And he said that's the difference in some of these games because both these teams are very evenly matched.
Yeah, they are. They're both, they're organized, they're well coached, they're well disciplined. They come from a tradition of good soccer. A lot of these kids play all year round, so it's just a great, just a great venue for these guys. But in terms of, the game of soccer, you could outshoot a team 15-1 and lose 1-0, and it happens a lot. Like if you coach long enough, we've all been on the other end of it, and you could have seen that tonight. East Lyme dominates that first half, no doubt about it. They dominated, attacking third. Who had the best opportunity? Old Lyme.
That's right.
So
Old Lyme, yeah.
One shot.
That goalie made a heck of a save over there. He's standing on his head. When you talk about that, too, the coaches are very, very calm on the sidelines. And I mentioned to both these guys, it's not like a football game where the coaches are going,
or basketball.
Where they're going bananas in every play because they know it's a long game. Yeah. They know. I think the number one thing, and you guys both said it during the first half, is the defensive discipline is tremendous. Yeah. You have to be. You can't leave areas or men vacated because with two good teams like this, if there's a player open in free space, they're going to find you.
They're going to find them. And I think that's the credit to the coaches. Coaching staff have been together. Their assistant coaches have been with them forever. Yeah. It's a program. It's not a team. And I think that's why you start seeing both of these teams so organized. They're not going to give up many goals. Old Lyme's not going to give up many goals.
No.
East Lyme's not going to give up
because
many goals.
They won't give you the opportunities to score those goals, correct?
Right. They're going to prepare. They're going to make sure that they defend, and then from there, and I like how East Lyme to be, how they transition from defense to attack.
Yeah.
Had a little bit more in the attacking third, the middle and attacking third, and I think that's going to end up being the difference. That's going to end up being a breakaway, a finish, and I think that's going to be, Alec will be one of the differences, and the kid, Pizzaglia, coming off the bench with Duncan, up front. I think there's a lot of power at East Lyme's front line. And I think they're just going to break these guys down eventually. But who knows? These
0-0
coaches are coaches of the year, man.
Well, they know they know the book on each other too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in this position before, with a team, first game of the season, second game of the season. Obviously, East Lyme with the win last night. Is this game more important to Old Lyme to get a victory under their belt, or is it the? I don't know who's the game more important to.
Yeah, I think both of these teams. This game's very important for East Lyme. I think it's more important because is it a fluke that you knocked off Waterford last night, or are you that good?
Right.
And you're playing on your home field. So we always used to say, let's don't lose on our home field. Let's take care of home field.
Yeah, that's a key. That's important. Like you said, you've got them where you want them. You're on the turf.
You got youth night. You got every player in the town of East Lyme watching you play. I think there is a little bit of pressure more on East Lyme to perform tonight, and that's going to will them to a little bit more of an effort with tired legs. That's what I think. And but Old Lyme's not laying down. They're playing, pretty simple. They're playing the way they face. They're trying to get wide. They're not going to, get away from the script. But it's going to come down to one little special
Will
play.
It come down to one of these teams making a play or one of the other teams making a mistake and the other team feeding off it?
It's a great question because I think it's going to come down to a play. I think mistakes are made off of
somebody's going to step up and make a play.
Someone's going to make a play which will create a mistake, and I think that's what ends up happening. So, and I think with East Lyme's skill positions, one guy that's kind of been under the radar all first half, and you probably saw it over there, Sports Doctor, was Kung.
Yeah.
He was just everywhere.
Right.
He was doing all the little stuff, marking their best player, Sherman, taking him, winning 50-50 balls, keeping possession, transitioning from defense to attack. He did a nice job in the middle doing all the, Casey and I were calling the grunt work.
Right.
But he's skilled. He's composed.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch him.
I've never seen coaches in my life so calm with officials either. Everything is sir and
please.
And please and
did
you not see that? I'll bring in Casey in a second, but if you were on the sidelines here last night with the East Lyme coaching football staff or where I was this morning over at Ledger High School, the referees in football and in basketball do not get that same common courtesy, Casey.
Well, this is why people around the world think we're Neanderthals here in this country because they're out there down there conveying it, going. When you get a nice ball, it's lovely, sir. A little aggressive there, sir, don't you think?
That's great.
Oh my goodness! Sports Doctor, you nailed it right on the head. Both of these coaches, calm.
Yeah.
This is not their first rodeo.
No, it ain't the Olympics right now. Let's see what I got. Let's assess this. You know, they did all their coaching before the game, so and a lot of these high school coaches are so much better now. Really, I mean, think about we had no offense, but we had guys, you know, that were teachers and guys who were volunteering to get a program started.
Yes.
Now you've got professionals, like professional players. You got professional, like they go to clinics and conferences all year long, and they coach Premier all year long. Like they coach these guys for the game, you know, which is a little bit different than when we grew up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. You know, back as East Lyme will control to start the second half, now going left to right in the maroon. No score, East Lyme, Old Lyme. Casey O'Neill and the coach Rob Brule here from East Lyme High School. And a nice through ball and controlled. It'll be an Old Lyme throw. You know, we had high school coaches that were, you know, shop teachers, and they were reading books in, you know, how to coach soccer. And I mean, that's true. And these guys are, you know, elite players and elite coaches. And I will say that, you know, those times haven't changed. I laugh. There's coaches now who say, I went on YouTube last night and I learned a little bit. So there are even these guys, if they're as good as they are also have more access to information, to great coaching. I mean, a guy like Paul Christensen's been around forever, but, you know, if he wants to learn how to install something that's unfamiliar
a new
to him,
formation, he goes on YouTube. And right there before practice in half an hour, he can have a real dynamic training session on a different formation.
And that's something that didn't exist before, you know. And it's interesting. I saw my high school soccer coach, Tom Kelly. I saw him recently, and we were reminiscing a little bit. That's going to be we're going to wait for a whistle, no whistle, and that ball, if that goes out of bounds, that's going to be a goal kick. And I think definitely Kaczynski was thinking that he was fouled that time, but he's pleading his case to the official. But
he may have a good point, though.
I mean, he definitely got banged. He definitely got tripped. The question was, did the Old Lyme player have position, you know, on him? And it was incidental contact, but it was definitely contact.
Yeah, and the way he's smiling, though.
Yeah.
You know, might say, you know what, good call, Joe Filippetti. You've seen that before.
O'Brien now on the side, gives it over to Romeo, and ball squirted up front. Here's a run in the middle. I like the energy by Getz. He just couldn't get there fast enough. 38 minutes here remaining in the ball game. No score. And we'll have a throw in on the far side. And that looks like they're going to have Romeo throw it in. Romeo, who they do use as an offensive, this is a set play off of a throw in. He'll head back all the way to the fence.
Flicking this on. Don't try to score off it initially. Flick it on. Second runner. You know, that's probably the best chance here.
Short post. There's the aforementioned flick, and East Lyme able to get a foot on it and head towards the sideline, but kept in handball. That's going to be off of Finn Powers' hands. Nice job by Quaratella.
But you see, Sherman just right there, slowing everything down. We're not in a hurry, guys. Slow everything down. Give ourselves a chance here. Because set pieces could end up being the difference in the game. So, senior captain.
We'll have a kick. Sherman's going to take it on the far side. Getting the ball on his foot in a different position. Normally he'd be the one down trying to receive this, but he's going to get it off his foot instead. Definitely a dangerous spot here for East Lyme. Sherman, good ball, on goal, looking for a run, and nothing home. How does that ball get all the way through the East Lyme end and no one gets any body part on it?
Tresden's going to be thinking about that one all night. He was there, timed his run perfectly. The ball was perfect. The only thing that was not was the header that was missed. I like him. I like that Tresden kid out of the back. Does a little bit of everything.
Lal with the long goal kick for East Lyme. A little shoving going on.
See, even these throw-ins, you see how high Old Lyme's up. You know, pinching the field. You know, East Lyme doesn't want to play up over the top. They're forcing them to do it. They got their goalie out high, you know. So they're trying to dictate a little bit here.
A lot of action right now for not a lot going on, but here's a ball. Kaczynski makes a move. Oh, and what a great opportunity lost that time. He wants that one back. Kaczynski had a chance, had a foot of room, and couldn't get the good shot off.
Yeah, we talked about great coaches in high school. Warren Swanson, Mike Jackson, you know, and Mike Jackson always said to me, accuracy instead of power. And that is really the best advice I ever got. You know, don't have to hit the snot out of it. Just have to hit it in the right spot. And that Alec wants back. He could have passed it by the keeper, 1-0. But adrenaline's flowing, and you're one of the best players in the state. You know what? He'll figure it out.
I think that's one of those ones, if he had 10 chances at that, he gets maybe 7 really good shots on goal. And that time, just one of the times he did not get, he got, like you said, a little bit too much foot. He was trying to go with that, with the outside curve, you know, the screwball. Got it on the outside of his left foot, and I think he wanted to get it on the inside of his left foot so he could put it on goal. And I don't think he'll miss that one again.
Nope, he won't.
Nice ball, East Lyme. That's a beautiful ball down. Power tries to put it in front, and nice job that time. Old Lyme getting back on defense, but East Lyme's starting to
exploit they're exploiting that flat back four. They're looking to play in, splitting those defenders, and that's how you have to beat these guys. Force those backs to face their goal. Causes problems.
Kaczynski will take the corner kick from the far corner. Each post covered, and sometimes that is not done, but Old Lyme will put a body on both posts and keep Tatro in the middle. Nice ball in front and a nice punch out by Tatro.
It's well done by the goalkeeper. In traffic.
And Kung does a nice job shielding, and now they'll go on the other side. Kung,
short corner.
Malky in front, far post, Kaczynski, head ball, and it's just wide.
Great save by the keeper. I think he got his hand. Yeah, he did. Great save. Alec had near post.
Nice ball. Malky put it right on. Kaczynski got a lot on that head ball.
He did.
And you're right, Tatro got a hand on it, so Kaczynski will take the corner. Another opportunity. Low liner in front. There's Sherman. Gets a body on it and puts it back out.
Yep, fearless.
Old Lyme just trying to clear right now. They're on their heels for sure as East Lyme has upped the pressure. Kaczynski, and a nice job. Old Lyme will have an opportunity. And I have to be honest with you, I appreciate the patience of Old Lyme because at this point, my frustration level would be I would just want to launch one just to clear it out and catch my breath.
Yep.
But they are very disciplined, and they are still trying to make a good transition here out of the midfield.
Yep, they're trying to play the game. They're trying to play, station to station, keep it, methodically work it across the field, find the forward's feet, play the way they face.
Sherman's going to get called for being, he's got his both hands out right now going, what?
I didn't do it.
I think that's a play on. He and Kung were both battling for the ball, and that's one of those ones where you might want to just let them play, but they did have a little bit of that contact earlier, so quick whistle here in the second half.
Yep.
No score, and it'll be a East Lyme Vikings kick. Malky, who we know has a very strong leg, approaches the ball at the 41. Malky, low line drive, loose. Who's going to get there first? Old Lyme. East Lyme gets a foot on it, and it'll be a East Lyme throw.
That's good work by Grubb to get to that ball. He put pressure on them. He's got good speed, good size out of the back.
Arsenault with the throw. East Lyme in control. Old Lyme trying to desperately clear right now, but Kung keeps it in.
Nice stuff by Kung.
Arsenault puts it on in front, far post, and a nice cleanup by Tatro.
The field is starting to tilt, as we've noticed.
A whistle.
First goal is always the toughest to get in these games, with emotions running high, and it's Derby, Battle of the Limes, Youth Night, 1,000 people here probably watching, and now all of a sudden it's the hardest goal to get is the first one, but once you get it, boy, this could open up.
Absolutely. Fava that time with the beautiful slide tackle on Kaczynski. It will be a throw in. Arsenault puts it on near post. Head ball. A little touch. East Lyme still controls. Low line drive. Opportunity, and Tatro is there. Manthaus had a chance.
What a great effort there. Who's that? Was that Duncan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Duncan on the deflection there.
Arsenault put it right in, and Manthaus had a chance.
Manthaus was the right place, right time.
East Lyme right now, though, has been really, really in control. And this is where you get a quick shift like this and an opportunity. Old Lyme just wants one chance to get a through ball. Kaczynski wanted to flick it to himself, but East Lyme a little overzealous that time. Arsenal now with a throw. Wants to put it down in the far corner to Kaczynski, but too much air on that one, and it'll be a goal kick.
I like Nick Fava in the back there, number 5 for Old Lyme. You know, he's dropping off. He's dropping off of Alec, you know, so he's not going to stop him from turning. He knows that. Alec can turn on the best of them. But real smart defender, real dangerous, stopping a real dangerous player.
Whistle on the field. And East Lyme will have another opportunity. I mean, they have lived in the Old Lyme end in this early part of the second half.
I think Coach C at halftime said, we got to run at these guys. We got to get after them. We got to, force the issue a little bit.
Depth and first game for Old Lyme. Old Lyme hasn't gotten their lungs yet. This is their first game, and East Lyme running players at them. High ball up over the head. A beautiful save by Tatro.
What a great save.
Malky with a beautiful long ball up high. Looked like it might sneak under the crossbar. And the undersized keeper we talked about, Tatro, went up and got a hand in it and punched it out over the top of the crossbar.
So Coach Vendetti said at the beginning of the game when we talked to him before the game. Great athlete. 2 words. And there you go. Had it right there.
Kaczynski in the middle. Head ball. Loose. Trying to clear. There it goes. And there's Tatro. In good position that time. Not a lot on that ball, but Tatro is exactly where he needed to be. And now he'll roll it out. And we're going to try to have gets for Old Lyme.
And this is very, very Old Lyme-esque. This is what they do. They try to play the game. Roll it out of the back. How many high school programs are doing that? He sticks to the script. When he plays all the S schools and he plays the Shoreline, which is very competitive this year. It was highly competitive last year. It's going to prepare him to play those teams.
So we're going to get a throw in for Old Lyme. Still no score. They put the ball into Sherman's feet. Sherman battled with Navas. Navas loses it. That time it was Manthaus, rather, with Sherman. They were battling, and out of bounds it goes. Old Lyme throw. Tresnan. And we have a whistle. We have a substitution. We're going to sub out. Old Lyme's going to sub O'Brien out of the game. And into the game is going to come Garrett Smith, the junior. Now, Old Lyme is going to need some people to get a little fresh legs on here.
It's kind of settling into more of a 4-5-1, it seems, with Old Lyme. Attacking with 1. Be organized defensively. Look for a set piece. Kind of what we talked about at the beginning of the game.
How much just wind is being taken out of the sails of Old Lyme right now? Because they have lived in their defensive end the entire second half.
Yeah, I think after that first half and what they did in the first 5 minutes, East Lyme's taking it to them. They know it. They're sensing it. But they're going to play organized, keep their shape, and do this.
Nice transition by Old Lyme, and out of bounds. It'll stay Old Lyme ball. Sports Doctor, you got something for us?
Yeah, Casey. I just had a chance to talk to Old Lyme coach Mark Vendetti. He says, you know what, we gotta settle down, find a rhythm, find a tempo of the game. He says, we're still not playing our game. We're back on our heels a little bit. I thought that he made a great point. He says, we're just not playing soccer right now. We got to find a rhythm of our game. And I think that hurts because, the lack of practice time last week, first game jitters. He's like, we're just not playing soccer very well right now.
Yeah, Sports Doctor, thank you very much. They are definitely not in any offensive rhythm, that's for sure. They have not found anything offensively. They've had that one great shot, a couple of other small opportunities, but for the most part, they've been trying to keep East Lyme from breaking through. The Vikings have been just putting the pressure on. And like you said, at halftime, it appears that Coach Christensen said, let's turn up the heat even more. And now the danger in that, as we talked about, is a team as skilled as Old Lyme can very quickly transition out of it and get a scoring attack. But so far, East Lyme has been rock steady on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, see this ball right here, we'd like to, yeah, there you go. Change that point of attack. Make East Lyme work defensively. Easy defense straight up and down the field. But if you got to go sideways too, well, it adds a little, unforced error right there. I mean, I think that's what Coach Vendetti is talking about with the sloppiness, here and there. Yeah. But let's give East Lyme credit. I mean, they're not playing their game, but there might be an opponent having, a lot to say about you not playing your game too. So
that's right. Sometimes it's not so much that you're not doing it, it's that you're not being allowed to do it, which is certainly the case here. East Lyme has done a remarkable job. Throw in for East Lyme. Jakubczak Nice opportunity. Swenson.
Yeah.
Low line drive. And again, very solid fundamentally.
Yep.
Tatro.
He's got good hands, huh? He doesn't drop much, like you back in the day. He never dropped anything.
He's built like I was back in the day too, but no one ever put the words "great" and "athlete" in any descriptive terms of me. So, but I do like any diminutive keeper. Built looks like he should be playing Australian rules instead of soccer. There's an opportunity. Old Lyme had a chance there, but couldn't connect. East Lyme's going to clear, and Kung loses it. There's Sherman. Little opportunity, but East Lyme very, very solid in the back end.
Getz might not be. Oh, he's got up. He looked like he got banged up pretty good there. He's shaking it off. To be young again, huh?
Absolutely. Kaczynski, great ball. There's Swenson with an opportunity. Fields were switched. Swenson on a run through with Kung, and that was a nice job. Stepped through by Nava. Fava Beans. Nice Chianti. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Play it back to the defensive line. There's Fava. He'll take it and switch fields.
You know, just something like that basic right there, receiving the ball with his furthest foot. Your right back was just playing the game the right way. You know, little things like that, that just make you a better program.
Oh, nice job keeping it back in. Arsenal wouldn't let it clear.
Ooh.
Arsenal with a steal.
Ooh.
Arsenal puts it in front. Kung. And nice job, Old Lyme stepping in front of it was Saeed. And now here's another chance. Arsenal puts it in front. Here's a chance. Backside. Pushing it is Malky. And a nice job, Old Lyme. And we're going to get a whistle.
This could be dangerous. Malky's been hitting these all night. Alec has been hitting these all night.
This is where, in my opinion, the game has changed the most over the last decade or so. This was not a scoring opportunity 10 years ago, and now
it's a skill. Like it's a skill set they all have now.
Yeah, they could add this. I expect this ball to be put on goal in a scoring opportunity. This goalie's going to have to make a save, and that was not the case even as recently as 10 years ago.
Yeah, and following this up. I mean, because these kids are hitting the frame, they're hitting the crossbars, they're hitting follow it in.
Malky with the left, Kaczynski with the right. Here comes Malky. Kaczynski will take it right foot. Nice job into the wall. And a clear from Old Lyme.
That's a moral victory right there for Old Lyme, Moral victory. A great scoring chance. Shut them down. Frustrate them a little bit.
Here's a little opportunity in transition. Old Lyme, first opportunity in a while. Down far
corner?
And Welch. And a nice job.
Deep throwing, just like a corner with these guys, with Quinn throwing it in.
Yep, Romeo will go out. He'll take the throw in. I'm a little surprised that Kaczynski went low on that shot. I thought, he would have tried to go far corner and then maybe try to get it up over the top of the wall.
Yep.
He wanted to try to go low, maybe get a rebound or a deflection. Great job staying home by the Old Lyme defenders.
Yep.
Here comes Romeo. Low throw on the ground. Ball's in front. Dangerous. And just cleared out of bounds by East Lyme. It'll be another throw for Romeo.
Yep. Good defending there. Inside the foot. Just get rid of it. Live to play another day.
22 minutes remaining here in the second half.
Flying
no
by,
score.
isn't it? Flying by.
It really is. It's an exciting scoreless game.
It really is.
Opportunity, ball down low on the ground. Another chance. Nice rock-solid defense by the Vikings. They'll look to transition. Long ball up ahead of everybody. Kaczynski ahead of the pack. Shielded it. A great job by Tatro to get him ahead of him, beat him to the ball, and clear it for Old Lyme.
We couldn't have defended that any better.
No, we saw Kaczynski score last year on a ball very similar to that where he touched it to himself.
Yeah.
He beat the keeper by a half step that time. Tatro got there literally a step ahead of Kaczynski.
And then you had Nava. You had these guys defending, chasing him, shielding him off the ball. Like, great team defending there.
Oh, Kung had a chance. Slide tackle from behind.
That could be a card.
By Getz, and we're going to see the official come up. And we're going to get a kick.
All right.
East Lyme with an opportunity that time. Getz got very fortunate. I like that, though. Anytime you can avoid a card when you don't think there's malice there, I don't mind that.
Yeah, Getz is fired up, isn't he?
Yeah, he thought it was clean.
Yep.
Of course, everyone thinks it's clean.
Yep. I never fouled anybody.
No. Never once.
No.
This time they're going to let Malky bang it. This is going to be the left foot. He's at the 30-yard line, and this will be a rocket on goal. The kid's got the leg for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's good refereeing, too. Settle down. Settle down.
And also a nice job by his teammate. Fava came over and said, okay, look, pipe
Knock it
down.
off.
We're not going to argue with the official. You're not going to get anywhere.
Knock it off. We need you on the field.
Malky, left foot, low, line drive, and a save made by Tatro, but out of bounds. It will be a corner kick.
Absolutely. It's a big. This could be a big corner here.
There's the small differences. That's a save he probably could have made. He did try to go for the catch. Yeah, he tried to go for the catch, but you're right. Dry field.
Yep.
Maybe it's a little bit different. Now we're going to get a corner kick by Kaczynski.
Yeah. If you're his coach, you're saying great save. You know, the other guy's saying, oh, unlucky.
You know, one of the things, that's one of the small things that a keeper can do. Anytime you can catch it clean. Now there's a ball, far post, it goes. Opportunity for Kung. Keeps it in bounds. Nice job.
Stuff.
Nice job, Kung, keeping it on his feet. Very physical down there, no whistle. And a beautiful steal and shove out from Getz.
That's great defending. Good defending.
Garrett Smith, newly into the game, down there battling with Kung as well.
Yeah. Fava helping, headed that ball out. You know, just good defending. You know, Steve Hallahan, the assistant coach at Old Lyme, played with him back in the Connecticut Soccer League days. Tremendous defender. I can see why these guys are so organized.
Sherman, nice ball ahead. Romeo, loose ball. Here's an opportunity. Getz tried to put it out in front. East Lyme stayed steady. Old Lyme, though, with an opportunity. And we got a handball. Old Lyme's calling for
They
it.
might have it. They might have it right outside the box. Might not be a PK.
No, it's a big opportunity either way. That'll be a direct kick for Old Lyme from just outside the
18.
Yeah, just outside the 18. They're going to put it on the far side, though. Not a great angle from there, but certainly a scoring opportunity here as Sherman will take the kick.
Yeah, you like Sherman on the ball on these chances too. Yeah.
Let's see if he puts it on goal or if he – I want to see does he go far post. Does he –
I'd love to bend one in right on that penalty spot or the top of the six and run it in low. You know that's a harsh ball for a goalkeeper
worst.
to deal with.
Absolute worst.
You know?
There it is.
Oh, and he did.
Perfect where he did it. It's loose in front. Save ball. Another save ball. And a goal!
Oh, my.
Our first goal of the game.
Set piece.
Michael Milazzo. All night long.
Yeah.
East Lyme has controlled the game. And with 18:34 in the ball game, Old Lyme breaks through on a Milazzo goal after two brilliant saves by Sunil Lal.
Absolutely. But there you go, set piece. You know, the great equalizer. Now all of a sudden, you know, we got a game. We got a game right now.
I mean, you nailed it. Here's a long ball off of the Kaczynski and off the crossbar. It went through the hands of Tatro and it hit the bar.
Oh, what an effort. We got a game.
Yeah, you don't expect that shot. You know, Kaczynski, those floaters, though.
Here we go.
There's an opportunity. Kung will step. Kung's got a position. He shoots, and it's saved!
The post!
Tatro in the post conspired to deny Kung.
It ain't over. Look how quick that ball boy gave that ball to that guy.
East Lyme wants to put the pressure on. They're going to send, they're going to send.
They're training well here.
They're going to send Manthaus to take this. Oh, excuse me, they're going to send Malky to take this.
He's been dangerous all night.
Far post it goes, looking for a head ball. There it is. Ooh. Swenson on the far post had it. Save Tatro. Old Lyme survives.
And look how well he just rolled that ball out.
Calm.
Effortless.
After almost losing the lead with a ball through his hands off of the crossbar.
And then followed up with one off the other crossbar. Oh, that's funny.
Here comes the change now. Nice job, Sherman on the other side. There's Romeo. A little give and go, a little overlap and run with Sherman, but nice job that time. And we're going to get handball by Swenson. And Old Lyme with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, this is where you kind of start walking a little bit, slowing things down a little bit. Work for the next free kick. Work for the next throw in deep in their end.
There's that patience of Old Lyme paying off. You know, we talk about the goal of Old Lyme. They had one realistic shot on goal all night.
Correct.
Lal had made the save. And other than that, really no opportunities. But beyond that, East Lyme was living in the Old Lyme end.
Peppering them.
And they got a quick little turnover. And then that handball gave them a set play. And you nailed it. You said, Sherman, I'd like to see him put this thing right onto about the 6. He did. They got
bodies in the box. They went after it.
2 shots Two great saves by Lal,
And
but after the
finally.
second one, he went to the ground, and the head ball beat him up top. And unbelievable little course of action, how a game can turn in a matter of one play.
Yeah, he was fearless. The kid was fearless. He stuck his head in there. He deserved it. He got after it and he won it. So good for him.
Now a little energy in the legs of Old Lyme after really being back on their heels for the majority of this game. And just like that East Lyme, who's had opportunity after opportunity, they find themselves down 1-0. Let's see if they can stay patient. There's a nice flick by Kung. Kaczynski back to Kung, and we're going to get a penalty. And no play on there, huh? We're going to get a penalty.
Anytime you got number 3 up front, you're all right.
Yeah.
You have plenty of time.
15 minutes and change remaining here in the ball game. 1-0 Old Lyme.
This is where I'd like to see Alec up front, in those tight little spaces.
Yeah, I love the way that Malky has been putting the ball on goal. I'd let Malky take this one and let Alec be down there where he can be, like a little squirrel.
Let Alec be Alec.
Yeah. You ever seen those squirrels dart in front of your car? You don't know which way they're going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want him to be right now. You just don't know which way he's going to go. 3-man wall for Old Lyme at the 25. Kaczynski tries to go far post to Kung. Nice job by Old Lyme. East Lyme will control. Old Lyme pushing it out. There's Malky. Back to Kung. Kung's going to look to switch it back to the other way, but Old Lyme intercepts with Getz on the foot of Romeo. Up ahead it goes, and a nice job. East Lyme stays steady.
Good ball by Getz.
Romeo and Getz. Sherman making it up from behind, and it'll go all the way back to Lal. Lal can't clear. Old Lyme with numbers. Getz in front, and he loses the ball. Now it's long the other way. Nice job. You hear Tatro yelling, keeper, keeper. My ball.
Yep. Tick-tock.
14.5 remaining. Old Lyme with a 1-0 lead. An impromptu and unbelievably surprising 1-0 lead.
Yeah, really is. Talk about going against the flow of the game. That goal was it.
Kaczynski puts it in front. Here's an opportunity. Missed opportunity as Arsenal came over with the left foot, but Arsenal couldn't get it down. And he flies it over the goal. It'll be a goal kick for Old Lyme.
Hey, one's out again.
Tatro very calmly puts it out there. Now Getz flicks it, and East Lyme will take over. That was another opportunity. East Lyme has had opportunity after opportunity and just can't get one into the goal. Throw in for the Vikings, just on their side of the pitch. Arsenal now will have a throw in from Jakub Zak. Up ahead it goes. Nice job that time. Old Lyme steps in front. Here's a long ball. Romeo can't quite get there, but Sherman does. East Lyme will control. Playing it back through the defensive end. Chillum Kurthy. Up ahead to Kung. Kung turns. Tries to find Kaczynski. Walled off nicely. And Old Lyme through the midfield. There's Sherman with some space. Sherman up ahead. Ball in front. Missed opportunity for Getz. He tried to chest it down for a volley. Maybe a little half volley, and he couldn't get it there in time.
What a ball by Sherman.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on. He just floated it just hard enough over that one defender, right onto a sprinting teammate. Kid's good.
Yeah, here comes the long Romeo throw for Old Lyme. Old Lyme would desperately like to get the ball onto the foot of Sherman again. Here it comes in the middle. Ball loose, far post. Headed out nicely by Sokolovsky of East Lyme. And very heads up that time. Sokolovsky holds, has a little room, puts it through the middle to Swenson. East Lyme with another opportunity. Oh, nice job that time by Getz. And Tresnan very calmly. East Lyme with the throw.
Yep,
the officials are going to have a sub. One of the hardest plays in soccer is while you're running to adjust your body and control it, a long ball like that, control it off your chest to put it right under your feet in a position to score. You've got 3 or 4 different things going on at one time.
Absolutely, and a lot of these guys don't have 2 feet either. Like at this level, high school, a lot of them don't have the left foot where they have to kind of put it on their right. And I think that was the issue right there with Getz. He had to kind of put it on his right so he could have a strike. So, but I'll tell you, that ball was perfect.
Yeah, it was right where it needed to be. East Lyme now with the ball on their side, 11 and a half minutes remaining. They've controlled the game, and yet they trail 1-0 thanks to a beautiful goal by Mike Malazzo of Old Lyme after 2 saves by the East Lyme keeper, Sunil Lal, and it's 1-0 Old Lyme with 11 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Shots on goal have to be something like 15-2 at this point, and yet East Lyme trails 1-0.
Yep.
There's a little opportunity in front. Vikings keep it in. On goal, there's the ball. Kaczynski got hammered. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, he did.
Kaczynski got hammered. Adam Syed got him in the box. Let's see where they put. That's going to be a goal. That's going to be a penalty kick.
Yep. That's why you leave that kid up front. Makes things happen.
And so there's
here we go. Here's a Casey O'Neill trick right here.
Tatro takes a walk. He says, this is going to be on my terms right now. I did this against Chris Podeswa.
Yeah.
And he proceeded to miss-hit the kick. It still scored, but I definitely had him. I had him thinking.
Yeah, what's Desi doing now, huh?
I made him switch to baseball. It was that play. I got him off his soccer career forever.
That's great.
Kaczynski approaches and scores.
Yes.
A bullet past the diving Ryan Tatro, and we are tied up at 1. 10-19 in the ball game. Alec Kaczynski, the senior sniper for East Lyme, ties the ball game with the PK.
What do you think this next 5 minutes is going to look like?
I think East Lyme now feels like they're right back to where they were a minute ago. Not just that but like this is their game right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that just gave them the little energy they needed. So we'll see what happens here.
And if you're Old Lyme, all that work to keep him out of your end, and you give him a PK.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know what happened. Syed got stuck. He was going full speed. And
didn't mean to push him. He just kind of off balance.
Yep, couldn't put the brakes on in time.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep.
Sherman and Kung, that's a good battle on the far sideline. Both players taking their time. Sherman beats him inside.
But Kung's going to need some bags of ice after tonight's game.
Yeah,
he's just getting beat
absolutely. Oh, nice job out there. No whistle. Yes, we're going to get a whistle. Yeah, that was Malky. Malky battling with Malazzo.
Yep.
Malky's going to also have a ice bath after this one. He's been all over the place. Now they're going to let Joey Grubb take this kick from all the way back at the 40. But again, the modern soccer, this is now a scoring opportunity from the 40. There's a high ball all the way down inside the 20. East Lyme with a flick, and out comes Tatro to clean it up before Kaczynski can get there. I mean, that was not a scoring opportunity when I played. That was, you didn't have to worry when the ball was on the other side of the field.
No, we call that a prayer.
Yeah, man. But now, he put the ball right on the 18. He had 4 guys with an opportunity.
You flick it on, the guy times it perfectly. He runs onto it, and he taps it in. It's like that didn't happen years ago.
No, the skill level is fantastic. The amount of play they get. I'll tell you right now, Chillum Kurthree has had an awful time with that wet ball. That's the 3rd throw that he has struggled with.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, will he get a 4th opportunity at a throw-in?
I don't know.
I think at this point they might take it out of his hands.
Well, here we go.
Nope, he's going to... Yeah.
New ball.
Yeah, new ball.
Sir, give me this.
And Grubb came right over and said, give it to me. Let's go.
All right. Good call.
Run on, East Lyme, opportunity, and a whistle. And a whistle. They got Duncan Manthaus that time.
I kind of like that by Manthau, though. I didn't see where the foul was unless he was grabbing the jersey. Can't see it that far from here, but
the Old Lyme ball. Under 8 minutes now remaining here in the ball game. Old Lyme looking to switch fields. Back it goes to Tresnan. Tresnan inside with Malazzo. Malazzo back to Tresnan. Nice ball to Romeo. And it'll be out of bounds, and it'll stay with Malazzo and Old Lyme. He gives it to Romeo because Romeo's going to make the long throw. You see Sherman. He's being marked by Malky.
Yep, flicking on. Second run.
Romeo, long throw. Headed out on the foot of Manthau, and Up ahead it goes. There's Kaczynski.
Yeah, he timed that well, too. He was waiting for that to get through.
There's the Jets by Kaczynski, turning it on. Stops on a dime. Pushes it back to his left. Puts it in front. And a nice job by Fava, staying home. We'll have a throw in for Old Lyme as we cross underneath the 7-minute mark here. 1-1. East Lyme, Old Lyme. Shoreline rivals. Old Lyme says this is the biggest game of the year.
Yeah. It was interesting, too, when they said that, because you always think Old Saybrook or, kind of a league team. But no, you're right. Coach Vendetti and Coach Hallahan were both saying, this is it. This is our game. This is Super Bowl. We'll play here every year. We don't want to play at home. We want to play here. Great venue, great hosts in East Lyme, and they are rivals. Battle of the Limes.
Old Lyme trying to get a switch, and out of bounds. It'll stay Old Lyme ball. 6.5 minutes remaining, 1-1. East Lyme and Old Lyme. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the coach Rob Brule down on the sidelines patrolling the sports doctor as we bring you our inaugural coverage of the 2018 fall season here in Eastern Connecticut sports. Here's a far post run, and just over the foot.
You might get that.
Back in play. East Lyme looking for a little transition change.
Good advantage call.
Grubb. Oh, just put it in the wrong spot. Manthau couldn't converge, but now he does. A little steal in the middle. Malky. Malky trying to find Kaczynski. Can he get there in time? Who's going to get there first? Oh, beautiful job by Tatro to shield Kaczynski. That'll be a goal kick. Kaczynski's trying to argue that it was off Old Lyme.
Yep.
5.5 minutes remaining. 1-1 tie.
I love how Alec works, up front. He times his runs. He drifts off the run. He rounds his runs. Just the little things that why he's such a special player. And his touch is, just amazing.
Yeah,
he reads the game really well. It's just fun to watch.
He's got both things. He's got the skill set, like you said. Some kids don't have the one-footer. He's got all the skills, and he's got the instincts of the game and the temperament. Here he comes on a little run down the left sideline. Kaczynski's now he's going to slow it up, wait for his teammates. And he spins, and does he draw a penalty? No. Nice slide tackle by Old Lyme.
Ooh.
In front.
Manthau, well done.
Opportunity for East Lyme, but nothing home and out of it. And just getting rid of the ball altogether is Tresnan.
Well, a lot of hands on the hips for Old Lyme right now.
Yeah, they're definitely tired.
They're gassed.
Grubb trying to keep it in, and he knocks down Tresnan, and that's going to be Old Lyme ball.
Don't need to do that.
A little over-enthusiastic. Tatro will come up. He bangs it with the foot, puts it up. Grubb battling with Romeo. Grubb will get the win on that one. Out it goes to Malky. Malky inside it goes to Kaczynski. Kaczynski with an opportunity. Step in front by Milazzo. Out of bounds. East Lyme ball with 3:50 remaining. Viking throw in on the foot of Manthau. Nice cut move.
Yeah,
puts it out to
done.
Kung. Kung inside the 30. Looking to launch. Gets off a shot blocked beautifully by Milazzo. Milazzo with room. Who's going to get there first? Milazzo. And beating him to the ball. Nice job by the Vikings. That's Caligari, one of the captains. But Old Lyme in transition. Although Caligari got there first, Old Lyme ball, and Romeo will look to throw. We're going to see Getz back into the ball game, replacing Rory Kavicki. Romeo will have the throw on the far side on the near side for Old Lyme. Here's the throw, high, head ball, loose, in front. East Lyme trying to clear, can't. And now they're able to at least get it out, but Getz keeps it back in, and then Chillum Kurthy is able to clear for East Lyme, and Old Lyme will play it. Trying to recenter. There's a flick by Sherman. Romeo tries to get a head on it and does, but no one home. East Lyme content to just try to clear it out. Kung battling with Tresnan. Tresnan, and it will stay Old Lyme ball. Tresnan off of Kung's foot.
Good battle there. Really needed to win that.
Dresden tried to get it onto the foot of Romeo, and now East
Could be
Lyme.
dangerous.
Grubb, and we're going to have a transition. They want Grubb back about 5 yards.
Ooh.
That was dangerous. You had Kaczynski making a run down the near sideline. Now everyone will reset. Finn Powers like, where can I throw it from? Grubb stepped in front, Getz is going to be called for the whistle as he just got on the inside of Jakubczak. And now Kaczynski with the ball for East Lyme. Nice control, little touch, out it goes. Kung's calling for it. Power passes it, Malthouse now back. Little ball by Kung, and
Unlucky on that.
there's the save as Tatro comes out and cleans it up as we're down to a minute and a half remaining in a 1-1 game.
Yeah, you'll see both teams play a little bit more conservative right now. Backs will just try to play a little bit more direct.
Grubb steps in front. And then Dresden just knocks it out of bounds as we're down to a 1:15 remaining. Hurrying up on the other end is Jakubczak, and there's Kaczynski. Touches it back to Kung.
Good defending.
A minute remaining. There's a little through ball. And cleared nicely as Syed came up and cleared it. There's a throw in for East Lyme. Far side. Ball put in front. Kaczynski with an opportunity. Can he get there? He puts it in front and scores! Alec Kaczynski out of nowhere. 44 seconds remaining in the game. The senior for the Vikings gives them their first and only lead of the game.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. It was Kaczynski time. What a finish. What a goal.
And just the energy has been sucked out of the Old Lyme team. Alec Kaczynski with a beautiful touch over Tatro, and he found the far side of the net. 2-1 East Lyme. Wow.
I tell kids all the time, great players play great on game night. Well, guess what? There you go.
After a goal out of nowhere from Old Lyme, Kaczynski with back-to-back goals, the first on the penalty kick to tie it, and then a second on a gorgeous little touch, a little floater over the top of the sliding Tatro, and finds the far side of the net. And just like that, 2-1 East Lyme with 15 seconds remaining. And Old Lyme shocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocked.
But they shouldn't hang their head. They should not hang their head at all. They just got beat by one of the best players in the state of Connecticut, and they played well tonight for a young team.
The clock runs out on the Wildcats. Your final score, East Lyme 2, Old Lyme 1, and they're rushing out to hug the senior Alec Kaczynski. What a ball game. Don't go anywhere, or actually you can go anywhere. Take a quick break. We will be back with the East Lyme, Old Lyme girls. Game time is scheduled to start 20 minutes from now, which will put us right on target for 7 o'clock. A 7 o'clock start. East Lyme and Old Lyme girls soccer. Your final here in Game 1. East Lyme 2, Old Lyme 1. Come on back in 20 minutes. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com. The lights are on over a cool, wet field here at East Lyme High School, and we are ready for Game 2 of your doubleheader of soccer action. Opening night of Game Day, live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the coach, Rob Brule. We just brought you a fantastic 2-1 thriller between the East Lyme boys and the Old Lyme boys, where East Lyme came out on top on a last 30-second goal by Alec Kaczynski, and now we switch to the girls. The East Lyme and Old Lyme girls, two outstanding teams, the classes of the eastern part of the state, the Shoreline and ECC conferences on the field tonight, showing off their stuff. And, Coach, we had a treat in Game 1. I'm expecting Game 2 to be every bit the same.
I think we're going to have the same. I think we're going to have fireworks pretty early. I think you're going to see a team in Old Lyme dribbling at defenders and putting pressure on them. And when you got a kid like number 12, Maya Johnson, you're in for a long night. You got to be disciplined. On top of that, East Lyme, probably one of the better passing teams in the league. They got a lot of premier players who play all year round, who know each other. Last night, they played last night, so I asked Coach Redding, how are their legs, how they doing, and she thinks they're fine. They're going to be fine. They're high school kids. They're ready to go, and how can you not be in front of youth night in East Lyme, Connecticut here? 1,000 people here.
Tough loss last night to the Waterford High School girls team, another class team in the ECC.
Yep.
And we see them come back immediately. Somewhere down on the sideline, lurking as always, is our very own sports Dr. Keith O'Brien. He will be down there providing tidbits from the coaches. Of course, very special coaches, Rachel Redding and Paul Gleason. Sports Doctor, you got us?
Yeah, we got you, Casey. Good job in Game 1. Game 2, very exciting. Like I said, the stars are out tonight. Maya Johnson for Old Lyme. We'll keep an eye on her. I can tell you right now, Casey, the East Lyme team, they certainly will be as well.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. We'll be checking in on and off throughout the game with you. And, if you're the East Lyme girls, double sort of pressure. Lost last night, and then your boys just came out and put on a thriller in Game 1. You gotta try to complete the sweep.
Absolutely. I think the Vikings are known for taking care of home field advantage. They come out, they're very good home teams. And I think you're going to see an East Lyme girls team ready to play against one of the better Class S teams in the state of Connecticut.
As always, my thoughts immediately turn to the people between the pipes. I'm a fan of the keepers, and we're going to start with Old Lyme because they are very, very young at the keeper position, a sophomore and a freshman, and it's sophomore Samantha Gray who gets the start for them tonight. On the other side of things, East Lyme, a little bit more veteran leadership there, but only a junior, Avery Owen. So a little bit of inexperience at the keeper positions for both teams.
Yeah, but they have defense in front of them that I think will help out. They got a lot of seniors out here. I mean, obviously East Lyme a little bit younger, playing with a little bit more of a sweeper look tonight. Hopefully they're ready for this is going to be end-to-end tonight. Case.
East Lyme in the maroon, going right to left, and Old Lyme in the white, going left to right. And, of course, you mentioned her before, number 12, Maya Johnson of Old Lyme. And she will immediately touch the ball as soon as she can for Old Lyme. She is a rock star out there in the midfield. And there she is with a little flick to herself. First run of the game comes on Johnson on her foot. She'll control in the East Lyme end. Nifty move. Johnson, little left-footed chip in front, and East Lyme will clear.
Yeah, I think as long as East Lyme stays organized in the defensive third, they're going to be okay. We'll see how effective Old Lyme is at dribble penetration, which is Coach Gleason's goal tonight.
Colleen Walsh with the ball for Old Lyme, and she loses it out of bounds, and we'll get a throw-in from East Lyme. That'll be thrown in by Angie Venditti.
Yep. Great little defender. Had a great offseason, came a long way, getting looked at by some schools now. Great athlete. And both teams are playing a 4-4-2. It looks like pretty methodical teams. One team has a special kid up front, but I'll tell you what, Olivia Cantazara, can't rule her out. She's a nifty little player for East Lyme, creative, number 10. She's gonna have a good night tonight.
Wargo puts it in front. Keeper comes out a little bit late. Samantha Gray that time was a little indecisive. She wasn't sure if she wanted to come out to the ball or stay home. She came out to the ball and cleaned it up.
Good decision.
And she will release and punt, and Old Lyme turns it over in the midfield. Provincia that time got it for East Lyme, and now back onto the feet of Old Lyme. They'll play it outside It goes to Walsh. Walsh tries to keep it in bounds, and turnover in the midfield. Ball's loose. There's Johnson for Old Lyme. So dangerous. Nifty move up the middle of the field. She's already in scoring position. Puts it on a dime. Tries to go to the left foot. Lets off a shot. And a save!
What an effort.
Unbelievable effort, Maya Johnson, but Avery Owen stood her ground and made the save.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Gleason was talking about. Attacking middle and attacking third, dribble penetration, go at him with speed and purpose. And she sure did that. Great hit.
Unbelievable effort. Maya Johnson, though, that was beautiful. How often do you see any player in high school use both feet so effectively? She used both feet. You didn't know which side she was going to get the shot off from, and she got a bullet onto goal.
Yeah, I remember watching her last year, and she asked her coach what foot he wanted her to take the corner with, so it tells you the ability.
In the middle of the field, East Lyme will take control. That's Venditti. She plays it far sideline. East Lyme with the ball in the middle of the field, and a nice job clearing it out. Old Lyme, that was Grace Lathrop, and she was able to get the left foot on it and clear. And Old Lyme will try to work the far sideline, but out of bounds, it'll be East Lyme throw. Nope, it'll be an Old Lyme throw. They got it off the foot of East Lyme, so Old Lyme will throw it in.
Yep.
Johnson. Now a little change of fields by Old Lyme. Loses the ball down the sideline. East Lyme on a run. Opportunity here, 2-on-1. Ball put in the middle. Shot deflected. One opportunity and cleared. And now quickly on the other end, an opportunity for Old Lyme. Klimaszewski had a chance. Stepping into it is Walsh. Walsh to Klimaszewski, putting it on for Johnson, and intercepted by East Lyme. Nice job by Janaea Kelly that time, stepping in on the interception. Here's another opportunity for Old Lyme, though. Johnson plays it back into the midfield. Little switch of fields, and Kelly will step in and take it for East Lyme. Passes it off to Wargo, and Wargo will try to set it up, but she loses it in the midfield, and Old Lyme will take control. Nifty move by Lathrop into the middle of the field, and back to Lathrop as she puts it onto Johnson's feet. Johnson, way too much space to give her.
Yeah.
Nice ball up the middle. Out comes the keeper to clean it up. Good job by Avery Owen as Johnson was looking for Klimaszewski down the seam. 5 minutes in, and we have seen some really good action early on, including a point-blank shot by Maya Johnson and a great save by Avery Owen. Old Lyme controlling the tempo in the midfield right now. East Lyme content to sort of play on their half of the field right now.
Good step defensively there.
Loose ball, nice job by Walsh. Walsh keeps it on her feet. Walsh plays it to Klimaszewski. Klimaszewski tried to go to Johnson, but to no avail. Stays in, Old Lyme ball. Klimaszewski let it ride in front. Opportunity, far post, no good. As McCarthy made a run, Danny McCarthy had a chance.
Ooh.
Steal in the middle. Armenia in front. Klimaszewski shot and a save. Rebound. Cleared out by East Lyme. Another save by Avery Owen.
Old Lyme came ready to play.
Klimaszewski that time had a point-blank shot. She had either side to go to, and as often the case, hit it in the middle.
Exactly. Aim for the goalie. It will not go to her.
Keeper's best friend. Nice job, Old Lyme, playing it back through the defensive end. Lathrop. Now she loses the ball.
Dangerous.
Straight up the middle. Opportunity. East Lyme puts a shot on goal, and it goes wide. Sports Doctor, what do you got?
Hey, Casey, I had a chance to talk to head coach Paul Gleason from Old Lyme, and I said, Coach, how long into the first game of your season do you get a sense or a feel for your team is at? He said, maybe 10, 15 minutes. How about 4 or 5 for the coach? Old Lyme pedal to the metal here early.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Kind of the opposite of what we saw in the boys' game where both teams came out a little slow. These teams are both letting it fly. Here's a corner kick. East Lyme, far post. Ball loose. Opportunity in front. It's a scrum. Feet are kicking, and out it clears from Old Lyme. Back in. Ball put on goal. Nice job by the Wildcats. And an opportunity through the midfield. Kelly corrals it for East Lyme. Puts it right back to Wargo, but intercepted, and on the other direction will come Old Lyme. Nice action that time in front of the goal. And I remember, again, back in my days as a keeper, there was nothing more uncomfortable than a ball bouncing around 10, 15 yards away because it could come from any direction, and you're just screaming at your defenders.
Get it out.
Clear it, kick it, whatever you got to do. Throw in will come from Venditti. Nice job down the sideline, controlled by Old Lyme, intercepted by Preventure. Now down the sideline.
Canzaro. Yep.
Nice move. Agbayani plays it. Back it goes. Venditti into the middle. Here's a point blank. Look in front. Shot and a save. That was Meredith Healy, the freshman, with an opportunity, but Gray was in good position with the save for Old Lyme.
I talked to Coach Redding before the game, and she was absolutely impressed with Meredith Healy. You know, freshman coming in, making a difference.
Quick turn, change of pace. Kelly steps in front for East Lyme. Old Lyme had a nice transition opportunity that time. Back into the backfield. Steps in front. Venditti plays it ahead. And a nice job out on the left edge by Wargo. Wargo on the sideline plays it in front. Catanzaro looking for a return pass. And a nice clear by Old Lyme. Very skilled, both teams right now. Kept in nicely. Old Lyme with a little lobs and a nice job by Klimaszewski to settle. Johnson wants the ball for Old Lyme. She's looking for it. Played by Walsh. Back through the midfield. Old Lyme through the midfield. Comes Derone.
Good run by McCarthy behind the defense.
East Lyme can't clear it. Old Lyme stays in possession. Now East Lyme does a great job, and out for a run is Healy.
Yeah.
Healy down the sideline, 2-on-3. Healy puts it in front. Catanzaro, left foot, and a save by Gray.
What a difference, huh?
I would say a memo to the East Lyme and Old Lyme boys. This is how to come out not flat.
Yeah, this is come watch the girls play.
Johnson tried to get nifty, lost it. East Lyme, nice job by Agbayani. Now through the middle. Old Lyme, here's a steal. Klimaszewski, but Kelly steps. Kelly controls. Nice job by Janiyah Kelly. She's going to maintain possession. Now she loses it, and she gets it back. And out of bounds, it will stay East Lyme ball. So great work by Janiyah Kelly, battling with Catherine Finaro.
Yeah, like to see her actually play the way she faces a little bit when she gets into that little no man's land. You know, could hurt her against a player like Maya Johnson up front. She's a poacher.
Yes, that's a very good point. There's Finaro, loses the ball. Wargo. Old Lyme comes out of the pack with it. And we have a throw in for Old Lyme. It'll be taken by Finaro. Johnson, very patient. She's very patient. You know she's skilled, but she doesn't try to do too much.
Nope. Times her runs well. But right now, I'd like to see her up at the last defender, stretch this defense out a little bit.
Right into the ball game is Manthaus, and she gets the ball immediately on the throw. Now down into the corner it goes. Manthaus tries to make a run, tries to put it in front. Johnson controls. Johnson uses the left foot. Johnson puts it in the middle, and a shot wide off of the foot of Derone, and it'll be a goal kick for East Lyme. No score here in the first half. An exciting first half so far between the East Lyme and Old Lyme girls. The Vikings and the Wildcats going toe-to-toe, back and forth action here, but no goals as of yet.
Yeah, and you don't see any fallback from playing last night against the Waterford game. East Lyme came out ready to play. Fresh legs, they look sharp.
Ball in the midfield. East Lyme, that's Preventure. She puts it up in front, but Old Lyme steps in. Now Johnson, up ahead it goes to Manthaus. She loses it. And the midfielders right now are battling. There's a nice play down by McCarthy. McCarthy, far sideline, keeps it in bounds.
Oop.
There's Johnson. Johnson, nifty move, spreads, tries to get a shot off, and it's stoned.
That'll leave a mark.
You'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now in the defensive end, Finaro. Finaro plays it up ahead to Siefkin.
Good
Up
ball.
ahead it goes. Manthaus tries to make a little cut, but Kelly does a great job denying her. And that'll be a goal kick coming out of the East Lyme end. Nice run that time by Siefkin of Old Lyme and put it up ahead. Just couldn't quite make it happen. Manthaus is really working on the offensive end for Old Lyme.
Yeah, I think the next level for these guys out wide is let that run go and hit that second run. You know, that second runner in, McCarthy coming across in a diagonal run or Johnson. I think they're going to adjust a little bit and make that happen.
Kelly on the goal kick, sliding through midfield, controlled by East Lyme. Nice job by Healy. Now Healy puts it down the far sideline with nobody home, and Old Lyme will turn. Now you don't see girls playing it through the keeper like you do with the boys. They don't turn and play that as much.
Yeah, it depends on the level of the keeper too. You don't want to put pressure on a newbie. You know?
There you go. There's the inexperience of the keepers. You don't have that same kind of offense coming out of the defensive end. Now here's Manthaus 1-on-2. Kelly steps in front, but she gets it to Johnson. Now Johnson trying to make some moves. Goes with the left foot. Wants a teammate. Instead, beautiful run out in front. In front, shot, up, and a save over the top. What a beautiful shot. McCarthy had a bullet. Danny McCarthy let fly, and a save by Avery Owen.
Well, that's two kids playing together for a long time, McCarthy and Johnson. They played together a long time. They know what each other's going to do. They played in these positions. They won 3 state championships.
So patient. Maya Johnson, patient. She looked. She wanted to find where McCarthy was. She put it right on her foot. It's really well done. McCarthy will take the corner from the far corner.
Football huddle play.
Breakout. Here it is. High end over end ball into the box. Foot on it. In front. And out of bounds as Daron had a chance. She settled with the right foot, but no opening materialized, and it will be a goal kick.
How lucky are we tonight? Alec Kaczynski and Maya Johnson.
Yeah,
in one night.
Really special players, absolutely.
2 players of the year, possibly, you know?
Absolutely.
Watch them play.
I mean, there are people that pay to come see them play.
Right.
And it's a privilege to be able to do what we do. Kelly with the goal kick for East Lyme, a low liner. Rolls through the midfield, and no one can control for East Lyme, so they'll play it back. Old Lyme will to Finaro out of her defensive end. Finaro with plenty of time. Nicely done. Finaro puts it onto the foot of Siefkin. Siefkin to Manthaus. Manthaus in front. Johnson flicks. In front. Shot. And a goal! Danny McCarthy!
That's
on the beautiful flick feed from Johnson. What a nice transition from Finaro to Manthaus to Johnson to McCarthy.
Absolutely. That's how you – it's probably how they practice every day. These guys have played together a long time. McCarthy to time her run, go all the way across the field. I mean, that's why she's a senior and has 3 state championships. That's a great finish by McCarthy.
4 East Lyme people touch the ball. A back, a midfielder, a forward, and a wing, and they all touch the ball in about 10 seconds.
All one touch.
Scored a goal.
Yeah,
that is beautiful soccer.
Yep.
1-0. Old Lyme over East Lyme, 25-50 remaining in the first half.
Clinical finish, too. Far post, in the corner. You know,
absolutely nothing that could be done by Avery Owen. She's made every save possible.
Exactly.
Nothing you can do there.
Yeah.
And you have to respect Johnson so much for her, for her abilities. If she's going to make that pass, there's nothing you can do. That ball was put exactly on the far post.
Yep. But I'll tell you what, I like this little Healy Catanzaro attack for the Vikings. They're timing their runs well against this 4-back against Old Lyme. Here's Johnson again.
Johnson with the ball. Makes a move, streaks down, tries to get a foot on it, puts it in front, and Manthaus wanted to have a shot, but we get a whistle instead.
Penalty kick.
And that's going to be a PK, and Maya Johnson's going to be taking it.
Yep.
And is there anybody unhappier than Avery Owen right now?
Right. All you're praying for is it goes through the football uprights into Waterford or doesn't hit you.
So Maya Johnson will take the PK, already up 1-0, 25-04. Avery Owen, the junior keeper for East Lyme, in the unenviable position of facing a Johnson PK. Shot and a goal calmly put into the back of the net by Maya Johnson, and it is 2-0 Old Lyme.
They put it on the wrong line.
All right. So we're going to do it again.
From the actual penalty spot.
They put it on the wrong line, and they're going to say no goal.
Do over.
Well, that's interesting.
Yep.
What line did they put it on?
Look.
They put it on the extra point line of the football team. They were expecting it to go through the uprights.
That's right. This is better. This is better.
So Johnson will have another crack at. She's already scored once. She steps up, and she scores. She goes low on the ground and scores. Oh, Maya Johnson says, I could do it again.
That one is big only because floodgates are open. You've got, an East Lyme team reeling from a defeat last night to their arch rival, Waterford. They got to come in tonight, play the player of the year. I mean, you sense that this game could get away from them pretty quick. And they're young. Like I talked to Redding, Coach Redding, she knows they're young,
2-0. Old Lyme on top here. 25 minutes remaining in the first half. East Lyme a little bit on their heels now. Going to have to try to mount an offensive attack. And Old Lyme putting the foot on the pedal right now. Finaro, nicely done. In the middle. Oh, nice steal and a play on by Preventure. Preventure puts a through ball up ahead, but too far and can't get there. Healy was trying, but Healy couldn't get there in time. And Gray comes out of off her line and makes the save for Old Lyme. Gray with a low punt in the middle. East Lyme tries to control. Loose ball. East Lyme, that's Preventure. Preventure, far side. Little move and a nice job as McCusker tried to get it on goal and Old Lyme intercepted. Manthaus. Oh, nice job by Manthaus. She put it off of Venditti. Old Lyme will have the throw. Finaro with the throw.
I'm impressed with Manthaus out here. She came in the game, right, as a sub.
Yes.
She's done a lot of nice things out here on the right.
She has.
As a freshman.
Yeah, the Manthaus name, not unfamiliar. We called it in game 1.
Yep. Sounds very familiar.
Finaro got a head on it. Now the ball's high up into the air. Manthaus wants to settle. Head ball. A lot of Old Lyme Wildcats there. Out of the pack. Old Lyme settles. Far sideline. Old Lyme very much in control. Up ahead it goes. McCarthy loses it on the far side, but it's saved up in Johnson with a run now. Johnson so calm. She lets it go out of bounds. Quickly throws it in. Wants us to seize the timing. McCarthy tries to change fields, but East Lyme intercepts. East Lyme with a little bit of an opportunity, but stoned that time by Armenia. Other side now. Manthaus. Manthaus, beautiful move. Switches feet. Tries to get it ahead to Johnson. Johnson, long shot up over the top. That's from 25 yards out, and without a thought, she just turns and hits a bullet.
Yep. She goes, I'll take it with the left.
Oh, I'll tell you. To be young and talented, I don't know how to be either.
We were
of those
one
things.
of those at one point.
I was young. You were young and talented. I was just young. I was young and enthusiastic, if that counts for anything. Kelly with the goal kick for East Lyme. East Lyme right now just needs to get a good shot on goal. They need to get a nice. They need to play like Old Lyme had, where 2 or 3 people touch it and they get a shot.
I like how East Lyme's playing, to be honest with you. They're organized. They're keeping the ball. They're dangerous up front. They're not doing a lot off. They're just up against Goliath.
Yeah.
And one mistake will cost you.
Yeah, Old Lyme, who at this point believes the state championship trophy is permanently residing in the Wildcats school.
Yes.
Oh, there's a nice ball that time. Out it goes, but Healy can't get there in time. Old Lyme, very, very solid in the back. Even though they're pushing and pushing. Very, very solid on the back line.
Yeah, and you got Caroline Wallace sitting over there with a hamstring, bad hamstring. Caroline for Old Lyme is a steady center back, senior, captain that they're playing without tonight. So this tells you how deep the Old Lyme team is.
Yeah, considering they're playing out, they're without a couple of kids tonight and not skipping a beat.
Right. Just young guys come in. It's a program.
That's right. It's not a team. It's a program.
Yeah, it's like East Lyme.
Don't have to ask before the season. Is Old Lyme going to be good? The answer is yes. Of course, Old Lyme's going to be good.
Yeah.
Here's a turnover in the midfield. Now Johnson, dangerous, puts it out wide. It goes Armenia. Armenia, we're looking for a run with McCarthy.
Unlucky. Went out of bounds. Armenia is she's a game changer. Technically good player. She was hurt last year in their final. She missed the final.
Only a sophomore. The talent. You can see the skill is there.
Yep. They're unselfish. It's just a great group of kids.
Finaro steps up. She wants Manthaus. Switches fields. That's beautiful by Finaro. Nice return pass she got from Siefkin. I just love the way the Old Lyme girls play right now. Finaro and Siefkin knew where each other was going to be. Manthaus a sub, and everyone knows where everyone's going to be.
And they certainly know where Maya Johnson is.
Everyone should know where Maya Johnson is at all times.
Yep.
There's speaking of Maya Johnson, she plays it back
Simple.
into the midfield to Armenia. Now Armenia makes a run. Armenia straight through, crosses the 25. Armenia's going to let fly with a shot. No one stepped to her, so finally she let it go, and a save by Owen.
Yeah, that's where you have the Old Lyme attackers drawing their defenders away. Go ahead, Armenia. Get up there and hit the ball.
20 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2-0 Old Lyme.
But don't sleep on the Vikings.
Up ahead. Oh, nice touch pass. Manthau, along with Siefkin.
Because she demands the ball.
Johnson, and a nice strip out of there by Catanzaro. Catanzaro across the midfield.
Great little player, Catanzaro. Good energy. Buzzes her feet around. Quick feet. Dribble penetrates. Just a good finisher. Love watching that kid play. It looks like they pulled her back into center mid now.
Going to get a throw on the far sideline from East Lyme. Under 20 minutes now remaining in the half.
Okay, so you've been doing this now a while. How much has the girls' game changed since you've been watching this?
Well, I had I had this conversation because my niece, Alexis DeLucia, is an all-conference player at Montville High School. She's a junior this year. Yeah. She's been a 3-year starter.
Yep.
And she's now. I mean, the things she can do with a soccer ball blow my mind. And she's not the best player on her team. I mean, there are, her skill set is unlike I have ever seen. I mean, she's the athletic ability coupled with the skill set, and she plays soccer and lacrosse year round. So she increases the skills. And I talked to her about it, and I said, what do you see? What do you see as what's the hardest part about soccer for you right now? And her thing is that when they play elite, she's like, everyone is just bigger and everyone's stronger and everyone's faster. She's like, you go on a field and there used to be, she said even a few years ago, she's like, it used to be that there's a couple kids that weren't that good.
Yeah.
Everybody can play.
Yeah.
There's no weak kid. It's not like, go attack that left mid or go attack that left back.
Yep.
She's like, everybody can play.
I saw that too, coaching at Waterford for as long as I did. Every year, just these kids just got better and better and better. And you're like, how did it happen? Well, it happened because the girls take it serious and they got support from their towns, And Old Lyme and East Lyme are two of the towns.
And I know
in Waterford.
That's right. And I know this is not unique to my niece, but to give you an example, it's July 5th. It's 100 degrees out, and she's up at 6 o'clock in the morning in her backyard practicing touch drills, shooting on a net, roping her younger brother Gavin into playing goal, and then running so that she can get ready for her mile.
Yep.
And you know what? She's not alone. There's hundreds of girls doing exactly that.
Yep, exactly.
Finaro very calmly stops the East Lyme run. Again, Healy is very, very active back there for a freshman for East Lyme.
Yep.
But Finaro ran stride for stride with her. It'll be East Lyme throw. Venditti will throw the ball in for East Lyme.
So the next goal is big. East Lyme gets it, we got a game.
That's right.
Old Lyme gets it.
And you got to know your game's over.
Yeah, game's over.
It's like, it's that swing is huge. And it's exactly that. You get a football game with two scores, 14-0, 14-7 is not so bad, 21-0 game over.
Exactly. Yeah, the worst score in soccer is 2-0.
It is. And right now, because you want to be patient if you're East Lyme, right? You don't want to overplay and give up a goal. East Lyme, there's an opportunity. Oh, missed opportunity that time. Catanzaro had a chance with the left foot, but couldn't get the volley to go clean.
Look at Armenia. Look at her just dance. She just dances on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Oh, she wanted to get through that time. Just couldn't do it. In front, opportunity, East Lyme, but, Finaro is rock solid back there. Also in on that one. Number 10
Yeah,
for
Brittany. Yeah, Daron. She's captain, leader.
Very calm. Throw in coming in again from Venditti. Up ahead. Head ball. Battled. Out of the pack, Old Lyme. Finaro puts it up ahead to Johnson right at midfield. Controls it like a string on her foot. Johnson now turns on some speed. Puts it down the side to Klemenczewski. Klemenczewski, little centering pass, and no one there on a run.
No, teammates were looking for her to cut it back to the 18. Just weren't on the same page.
Another thing I'll give credit to in terms of the skill sets is the technology in terms of the practice equipment. Because if you when I go to a youth soccer game in any town, there's a nice ball that time. When I go to a soccer game in any town, there are 40 kids with the soccer ball on the rubber band
Yeah.
and just playing with, so they can practice the keeping.
Juggling.
And that's what looked like right there. Here's an opportunity, 2-on-1. Vikings, shot, and a goal!
That's Healy.
East Lyme responds with 15-20 in the first half. You said they needed to make it 2-1. We've got ourselves a game.
We do. We do. They are a handful. Canzaro and Healy up front. They are a handful. They're getting it done, timing their runs well, and that was a class finish.
Meredith Healy as a freshman, just with a bullet. No chance for Samantha Gray, and we've got ourselves a ball game. And you weren't kidding when you said that was a class finish. I mean, that was a no-doubter right there.
Yeah, that was. I'm going to get another one. That's just not. I'm going to score one. I'm going to get another one. And that's the legs of a freshman, not a senior. She played last night all game. She's ready now.
East Lyme with a little more pep in their step. Old Lyme wants the ball back, and they've got it back. And here's the ball. Up it goes. Oh, a missed opportunity over Klimaszewski's foot. And Kelly.
Boy, I like how hard she works, though, huh?
Kelly turns and tries to clear, but Finaro steps to it, settles. Finaro, big body, battles.
Yep.
She'll lose it out of control. Really nice battle that time between Finaro and Wargo.
Yeah.
Throw in from Venditti. 2-1, Old Lyme, 14 and a half minutes remaining here in the first half. Preventure that time, puts it in front, was looking for Healy. Instead, Old Lyme intercepts. Now East Lyme in the midfield. Wargo makes a run. Oh, nice job, Finaro, by the tippy toe. Oh, look at the move by Armenia.
Love this kid.
So talented. She wants to step on a dime. She does. Puts it out. It goes. Siefkin, right end, center, puts it in the middle, and a save, ball loose. Oh, nice job by Owen.
Wait, there it is.
Owen saved it, dropped it, and saved it again.
Yep. I always say, you don't have to be good. You can be lucky.
East Lyme quickly. Now Preventure. And Old Lyme will play it through the backs, but a turnover. Preventure. And we're going to get an offsides.
Not by much, though. She's timing her runs well. She's forcing the Old Line back forward, and be aware of her.
Yeah, Healy was a step away from tying this game up. That was a nice ball by Preventure, just out of her reach. And that Wargo and Preventure and Healy are doing a lot of really good work for East Lyme.
They really are. And I tell you what, Canzaro is going to be in the mix before the end of the night. She will be. There's something about the kid. She's a big-time player.
Healy put it down on the far sideline. Old Lyme looking to intercept, and that ball will go out of bounds, and we're going to get a goal kick. Back to the point I was making before about the technology. You just see these kids, these girls right here, everything stops on their foot. Ball hits their foot, and it stops on a dime. There's no turnovers. They control everything. Yeah. And I think that's a lot to be said about some of the technology that they have in terms of practicing equipment. The things as simple as the ball and the rubber band, which again didn't exist, and I imagine it's become one of the most popular tools I've seen.
Yeah, and I think just juggling. I mean, these kids are athletes now. I mean, like we would have one or two back back in the day. Now you got like 15, 20 athletes, and they're probably just as good in lacrosse as they are in soccer.
And the shape they're in. I mean, you don't see anybody again. Once in a while you might see an out-of-shape player. You don't see an out-of-shape player anymore. I mean, there's nobody who's not running, who's not able to bang out a 8-minute mile anytime they need to, a 7-minute. They can all run all day long.
Yeah, they can. It's credit to them.
Oh, banging down there, Preventure, and she drew the whistle in the other direction. It's going to be Old Lyme.
Yeah.
Those two were banging down there, and she drew the whistle.
Coach Redding loves Preventure. I think she's a great leader, great kid, great energy, and it's probably the calm in the storm. She's a leader of this team. Coach Redding counts on her, and sure enough, 2-1. She made an adjustment, moved her up front, and now all of a sudden it's a 2-1 game.
Unforced error that time off of Darone's foot, uncharacteristic. She shanked it, for lack of a better term, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in East Lyme right at midfield.
Yep.
There's Venditti.
Call those a shankoponymous.
I'm familiar with that particular dinosaur. Shankopotamus rex. I was known to be able to do that on occasion.
So right now you see Old Lyme starting to press a little higher, get get a player up, stretch the field a little bit. And then they'll be able to dribble penetrate with Armenia in the middle. So it seems like they're kind of inflicting their will on the game right now. Now you see East Lyme dropping even further back. So game's getting a little bit stretched.
Under 11 minutes now, 2-1, Old Lyme on top over East Lyme. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. There's a beautiful pass, Siefkin, and a nice job by Venditti.
Another corner.
But it'll be a corner for Old Lyme. Casey O'Neill along with the coach Rob Brule, sports doctor down on the sidelines, and we've got ourselves a barn burner here in Game 2, already the score of Game 1.
Exactly, and I don't think we're done. I think we're halfway there. I think this is going to be I think there's going to be a lot more goals scored, and I think there could be a header right here.
They bring McCarthy all the way over to take this corner, and you know Johnson is going to be looking for the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and that's one of Johnson's strengths. I mean, she's great in the air. Not only is she good with the ball at her feet, but she's great in the air. She's fearless. She gets after it. She scored the game winner in the state championship game.
McCarthy, low liner. Oh, banged in front. Ball's loose. McCarthy's going to get another crack. She puts it off the side of the net. But a hard contact. CC Klimaszewski was making the run in and just got hammered. But it was a good play as both girls were going for the ball. That was hard contact in front. You see her holding her side is Klimaszewski.
Good to see her get up, you know. But that's back to your whole comment about fitness and conditioning. You know, these athletes are just so much more athletic.
A nice job, Venditti. But right on the other side, Finaro controls, plays it back to McCarthy. McCarthy, nice through ball. It goes Klimaszewski down into the corner. Can she get a foot on it? No, she can't get there in time. Missed opportunity. They've moved McCarthy now onto the near side, so she's going to be running over here where we saw a lot of it. Old Lyme really seems to like to run things from the Finaro side of things on defense.
Yeah, agreed. I think this is a strong side. It looks like they're looking at matchups, but I'd be staying away. If I was, if I had my choice, I wouldn't be going near Vendetto. I mean, she's a solid defender, reads the game well.
The strong leg of Kelly. Beautiful ball, 40 yards in the air, no problem, and it's off of a hand, so it'll stay.
Boy,
East
you got,
Lyme ball.
You got
That's
the foul and the head ball.
That's a tough one right there.
That's a double whammy.
So East Lyme from their own 40 will have an opportunity to change possession here.
Let's see if Old Lyme drops on the kick. We'll get a sense of what they're doing.
Low liner, controlled, but put back into the middle, bouncing around, and out of the pack comes Old Lyme. Stepped up in front nicely by Venditti, and out comes the Old Lyme keeper, Gray. She'll clean it up.
It's well done by Gray, young keeper, thrown in with the Wolves.
Good size, only a sophomore, but good size for a keeper.
Yep, good hands.
Yep, nice leg there. She gets power on the kick, and that's going to create a little transition for Old Lyme. On that play, Klimaszewski couldn't quite connect with Johnson. East Lyme comes out of it with Wargo. Wargo turns over with Finaro. Beautiful move by Armenia. Old Lyme's got some room. There's Armenia. She wants to put it through. Armenia steps, right foot, shot, and a save. Beautifully done by Avery Owen. Armenia's skilled, though. Her and Johnson are a nightmare up front.
Look at them. And Johnson's run just didn't seem like much, but just drifted out of the way. Took two defenders with her, and Armenian recognized it, took the space.
East Lyme trying to transition. Wargo on the near side. She's not going to be able to get there in time, and it'll be an Old Lyme throw. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2-1, Old Lyme on top. Finaro with the throw-in. They'll see the wet ball we held in the first game. She gets it back, tries to switch fields, but nice job in the middle of the field by Catanzaro. Through ball up ahead, and Gray will come out and get there first as they tried to find Healy on the run, but there was a nice job by Gray.
How good is Healy going to be?
Oh, man.
That's a freshman?
Armenia's a sophomore and Healy's a freshman, and they're both fantastic.
They're two of the best players on the field.
I mean, that's just outstanding.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Nice move by Johnson, but stepped up is East Lyme to intercept, but they're on the sideline. Old Lyme regains, and right now the two teams seem to kind of be going back and forth. The game's kind of settled down after that East Lyme goal.
Yeah, it has, and you knew it would. I mean, we have a game now. East Lyme is, confident that they can put the ball in the back of the net, and Old Lyme right now is saying, hey, we're not invincible. We got to be aware of this. So
That's right. They
and
rest
they're
on
not as
their
deep,
heels.
and they're not as deep on the bench. So this could be, attrition.
They rest on their heels for a second, and East Lyme made them pay. Here's now McCarthy. Oh, she was a step away, but Venditti got the foot on the ball, and now Wargo plays it back to Venditti. Venditti back to Wargo, but out of bounds. An opportunity here for Old Lyme. Should have been a quick throw.
Yeah, she throws it in quick. It's,
Finaro plays it to Armenia. Armenia back to McCarthy. McCarthy wants to dance. She does. Left foot. Bullet in front. Ball bounces. Johnson's got a chance. Can Johnson get a shot off? Right foot. Shot deflected and in front and cleared by Kelly.
These are the little things that keeps East Lyme in the game. Those little moments right there.
That ball Johnson had all chance on it. They got a deflection just enough for Owen to get a piece of it, and then from there, Kelly cleared it out. But Old Lyme, with 5 minutes remaining here in the half, they want to try to get that goal back.
They do.
And going in the half again, 3-1 would make an enormous difference.
Yeah, I think it would be more fitting, but at the same time, 2-1. Hey, the way East Lyme has battled back. Yeah.
Sophie
Not
Taylor.
surprising.
No, not at all. Sophie Taylor on the far side made a nice play that time, but lost it out of bounds. So we're going to get an Old Lyme throw, and we're going to see Armenia. She's done everything else. Let's see her throw it now.
Yeah, maybe it's a flip throw because it looks long. Oh, it's a kick.
Oh, it's a kick. That's
Maybe
why.
That's what it was.
Far side, Armenia with a kick. Here's a dangerous spot for East Lyme. Armenia approaches, right foot, low liner, and that was just completely mishit.
Yeah, she's not happy with that.
First mistake she's made all night.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's,
Yeah.
just mishit it. And you're so used to seeing her do everything with such skill. I mean, I'm sure she was shocked.
Yeah.
It's like, me with a wedge in my hand from 95 yards.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just miss it.
Yeah. See my putting.
Oh, contact in the middle. No call. Play on. Steal by Old Lyme. And East Lyme battling in the midfield. Here's a little ball out ahead. Healy with a run on it. And a nice job by Daron to clear. And it'll be a throw on the far side. The sports doctor just said, yes, it was a shank. Yes, it was. She shanked it. We all know it.
Shankoponymous, Doc.
Out of bounds. It will be a Old Lyme goal kick.
So how much respect is East Lyme giving Maya Johnson right now?
They've got Janae Kelly all the way back on the 30-yard line. The sports doctor reminds me that the shank was not in reference to Armenia, but in reference to my wedge,
Yeah.
which he says is the shanking of the shankiest of the shanks.
I love it. The sports doctor walking around with his Pebble Beach golf pens, stationary.
Johnson now.
look at
Johnson
this.
with some room.
Look at this.
Johnson sees a teammate. Johnson stops on a dime. Left foot shot deflected, and Kelly clears for East Lyme. East Lyme with
Good
a nice
defending.
transition right there.
Good defending.
That was a missed opportunity. Catanzaro put it out to one of her teammates on the wing, and they just miscommunicated, and it went out of bounds. 2.5 minutes remaining. Johnson on the flick for Old Lyme, and East Lyme will have the throw.
Hey, East Lyme's done pretty well here, organizing themselves.
Ball in the middle now. Old Lyme looking to clear. Clock ticking down under.
They're putting pressure on Old Lyme's back four, Old Lyme is facing their goal a lot. They're facing their corners a lot on through balls. Coach Redding's onto something.
Sports doctor, what do you got?
Yeah, Casey, I'm not going to mention your pitching wedge or your 9-iron, but you get the sense down here in the field right now that, East Lyme wants to get this game to halftime. No worse down 2-1. They're a little tired right now. They played last night, so get this thing in on 2-1.
Oh, we thought for a second it might be 2-2, but offsides that time. Old Lyme catches a break. Yeah, sports doctor, absolutely. The difference between 2-1 and 3-1 is way more than one goal. It might only be one goal in the scoreboard, but emotionally, it's a completely different thing. East Lyme down 2-0 and in danger of being blown out here. Suddenly goes into halftime 2-1, and yes, it's a brand new ball game. But there's the very dangerous Maya Johnson at all times, but she's marked really well by Taylor that time. Sophie Taylor working on the far sideline. Taylor loses it. Moving with the ball now is Walsh. Walsh in it goes to Johnson. And Kliniszewski can't hold it. Goes out of bounds. East Lyme throw as we now down under a minute to go. Of course, the sports doctor will be here at halftime to talk sports with the coach, Rob Brule. We're less than a minute away from halftime. 2-1 Old Lyme over East Lyme here in Game 2 of our boys-girls doubleheader. East Lyme won an exciting Game 1, 2-1, behind the feet of Alex Kaczynski. Now here's a through ball. Finaro tries to clear. Nicely done by Finaro. Touches it outside to
nice.
Daron. And now on the far sideline,
That's
Old
nicely
Lyme. Here's a
done.
transition. Old Lyme with space. Down the side goes Kliniszewski. Kliniszewski has Johnson, 15 seconds. Touches it. Johnson's going to try to get a shot off. Instead, turns and nicely done. East Lyme.
9, 8,
Under 8 seconds remaining. East Lyme content to just clear it out towards midfield.
3, 2,
And we are at halftime. An exciting first half, and after a lot of early action, the game settled in. Old Lyme 2, East Lyme 1, in what has been a very, very exciting girls soccer game here. After the initial flurry of activity, game kind of settled in there. I think East Lyme has found its defensive footing. And I think Old Lyme, part of what has helped, I think, East Lyme's defense is that Old Lyme is very wary of their quick offense.
Yeah, they are. I think both teams settled down, as you said. I mean, you have East Lyme, who's had a game under their belt. You know, they know what to expect. They didn't quit last night against Waterford. They're not going to quit against Old Lyme in the derby. You know, but you saw Maya Johnson, just how dangerous she is. Armenia, how dangerous she is in the center mid. But East Lyme, Healy, Canzaro, 2 kids who are getting after, making stuff happen. Young players. They don't know any different. You know, so it's really been great to watch.
You know, and we talked a lot about the athleticism of both the boys and the girls games and how much it's increased.
Yeah.
What's very interesting is that stylistically, these teams, their programs play similarly. So you could see that there's a style of coaching that kind of transcends the school. Coach Christensen, Coach Redding clearly have a philosophy that they share. Very, very skilled in the midfield. They like to make strong. They make strong runs. With their forwards, and very, very calm on the back end.
Yeah. Composed.
Yeah.
Hey, well, no, it is. It starts with these guys. We're talking about youth night. Look at these kids. There's about 1,000 kids here. Like, it's youth night, and the East Lyme Youth Soccer Association has done a nice job, creating a culture of developing players. And a lot of these towns, Old Lyme has done the same. Waterford has done the same. And you see these programs year in and year out. College kids come out of those programs because they're taught at an early age to do the right thing and how to play the right way. And you guys did a nice feature, Case. You and the sports doctor did a nice feature on Coach C and Coach Redding, and how similar they are and how good of friends they are and how much respect they have for each other. And in East Lyme, you're right. It's not a coincidence that both programs play similarly,
Well, that's the great thing is, Peter Wappy, the producer of all of those features, said, it's a very rare and unique situation. They all coach each other's kids,
Right.
So they're family, and that makes this game such a special game for both of them. And we're going to bring the sports doctor in now. Going to allow him to, we're going to say 5 good minutes with the sports doctor. Let's call it 8 good minutes. Here you go.
8 good minutes. It's bonus coverage right there, isn't it?
Man, the sports doctor.
Listen.
Is it cold out there?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Football guys don't get cold.
No, I'm always hot. I'll tell you, you hit the nail on the head because Paul Christensen and I talked after the game. And
tonight's early.
Yes,
Yeah.
he mentioned the fact that, one of the reasons why we're so good year in and year out is because of the feeder programs.
Totally. That's what I did at Waterford High School. When I was there, I had the best relationships I ever had with the Waterford Soccer Club.
Yeah.
Greg Swanson, the president.
Greg's the best.
He's Swanee. He's probably on mile 120 right now.
He's riding a bike right now. Greg Swanson is riding a bike from
New York
West
to
Point
Annapolis.
To Annapolis.
Yeah.
And I saw Greg the other day at Planet Fitness, and he came up to me and said the first day was 4,500 feet of climbing. And, Coach, I swear to you, my only response was, Better you than me.
Totally, best of the best. But he was there in the soccer club when I was at the high school. Okay,
Yeah.
and that helped me build a program in Waterford. And sure enough, it's carried on today.
Right.
And now the same thing with these guys. They know how to work with the youth programs in East Lyme. Old Lyme. So.
Yeah. That's where it all
Not
starts.
a coincidence.
No, not at all. And I was down on the sidelines in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and the point I was trying to get across was I think East Lyme needed a blow. I think they were a little tired.
Yeah.
Tell the coach was concerned about just let me get to halftime. No worse down 2-1.
Yeah.
We can make the adjustments and go from there. So I thought the kids were a little winded because they played last night. So that was the point.
I was going to
trying
ask
make.
you.
And the fact that if you ever played golf with Casey, on more than 1 or 2 occasions, he'll shank a 9, he'll shank an 8, and he'll push a driver left or right.
Yeah, he always has 2 balls in his pocket too. And it's like next thing you know, it's like he's dropping stuff, he's kicking stuff.
He's up his
I
sleeve.
know.
We had a chance to play
tricky.
last week at Stonington Country Club. You ever play there?
No.
What a great track.
Was it?
Ah, great track. Yeah, good. The sports doctor was medalist that day.
Nice.
Ah, played pretty well. Pretty well.
Tell you what, we're proud of you. I keep watching you pull out that Pebble Beach pen. It's just going to be your thing now.
I'm going to click it into an early grave, that's for sure. It is the halftime house call with the sports doctor. There's a lot going on this weekend. I'm going to get into a little bit of professional
Football,
sports,
yeah.
too. I'll get Casey to jump in at the end. But NFL starts tomorrow. Actually, NFL started on Thursday night with that absolutely awful football game between the Falcons and the
Eagles.
Eagles. And I can't see either one of those teams representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. Sure, maybe Philadelphia when the quarterback comes back. But what are you doing? You disagree with me.
He says once we go from football to football, he's passing it off.
Did you watch that game the other night?
Yes, had to. As a professional, I had to, sadly. I watched it for no reason other than I know that, we got to talk about stuff like that.
Have you taken a look at the NFL? You've
Yes.
got no time for anything. You have?
Yes.
You've gotten into it.
Yes.
Do you have a surprise team for me?
A surprise team?
For one on each side. One in the NFC, one in the AFC.
Problem is I don't think there's any surprises anymore. People talk about it. There's 600 people talking about it all the time.
Right.
I think the NFC is so wide open. I know people are, very high on. People are high on New Orleans, and people are.
I like the Saints.
I see. There you go. I can pick right away the team that you're high. I think there's, probably 6 teams. I think the Rams. The Rams might become a victim of a little bit of overhype. They might be one more year away, but man, are they loaded? I mean,
they are.
Offense and defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they just signed.
Brandon Cooks is in there this year.
I mean, Goff's a great young quarterback. They got Cooks and Woods. Gurley's the best running back, that no one talks about, and he's a star.
Yeah.
And then they go and they bring in the defense. They re-sign
Arnold there.
But then they go and they sign to Ndamukong Suh. And Akeem Talib.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan.
You bring in veterans like that. And he's not
a head case. He's a head case.
No, he's not.
And Ndamukong Suh's a head case too.
And Ndamukong Suh's a head case, but
you don't think Talib's a head case?
He's been in 4 Super Bowls, so I guess the teams don't suffer too much when he's on them. So.
How about the AFC?
The road still goes through the Patriots. I think it's really hard to make 3 Super Bowls in a row. I mean, it's a really hard thing to do. So everyone's trying to figure out who the team to knock them off is, and everyone comes back to the same 2 teams.
I don't want to hear about the Steelers. I don't want to hear nothing.
The Steelers aren't one of them. It's the team. The team they're opening with this week, Houston.
Who I love.
Houston because they got the quarterback. But here's the problem: the 4 best players on that team haven't played a whole season in 3 years.
Hopkins.
Clowney gets hurt every year. J.J. Watt is the greatest guy in the world but can't stay on the field. Watson didn't put in a full season at quarterback.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
Fuller.
Merciless got hurt.
Yeah.
So that team right now, I mean, they might beat the Patriots tomorrow, but that team is not. If that team's not healthy heading in,
no, they're so good.
Dangerous. Yeah, they're definitely very good. The team that I'm interested in, I think they're not there yet. But the team that I'm interested, I am interested a little bit in
Chargers.
I do like the Chargers, but I think that's a team perennially 10-6 though. I think something will happen that they'll be 10-6.
Yeah.
But that division is very, very interesting. And what Gruden's going to do back with the Raiders is I mean he comes in, he trades Khalil Mack. So what a surprise! The offensive guy.
Kansas City with the new quarterback?
Well, he can throw it 100 miles. I don't know. Sammy Watkins is lost. They haven't found a way to incorporate him in the offense yet. Tyreek Hill is still their go-to guy. I don't think you can win.
Hunt?
I don't think you can win. He's a great back, but I don't think you can win with a rookie quarterback.
Or the coach.
I'm higher on the coach than you are.
Nah, I can't stand it. The coach has done it.
But I don't think you can win with that quarterback.
He's been to 1 Super Bowl.
That's still been to a Super Bowl. And how many guys can say? How many guys can say
how
that?
How many NFC Championship games did he lose in his backyard before he finally got there too? I'm not an Andy Reid guy.
You'd prefer he loses earlier than that?
You sit there every year and you say, "Geez, this is the year Andy Reid is going to take it." To the
You'd
next
prefer
level."
what? He doesn't win. He doesn't. You'd prefer he loses in the first round
He's
rather
over.
than.
Do you have a Super Bowl prediction?
What's that?
Super Bowl prediction.
Sure. I'm gonna go. We'll go Rams over Texans. Rams over Texans in the Super Bowl. How's that?
Okay, it's fine. It's great. I'll go with the Saints and the Patriots.
Okay. Can I just tell you that how ridiculous I think it is that 18 weeks in a sport that's based entirely on people staying on the field through attrition, we're going to make a Super Bowl pick?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else is going to happen. On that day,
Yeah.
a man named John Smith is going to break the 2-minute mile. I mean, how do we predict something 18 weeks away in football?
We're just talking. We're having a conversation. We're looking ahead.
Okay, you know what? Tell me who's gonna be in the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, he's just not going to talk hockey. Not the Vegas.
Well, why not?
Not the Vegas.
We're just talking.
Talking the Minnesota North Stars. Oh, they're not even a team anymore, are they?
It's Dallas, the Dallas Stars. But that's okay.
Stars, yeah.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. Right? Okay, you have 4 Boston-based teams.
Yeah.
Who is going to go the farthest of those 4
That's a good
teams?
question. That's a good
I'm
question.
asking the sports doctor. You've
Red
got
Sox,
you've got a degree in sportsology. It says it right there, sports
the
doctor.
Bruins,
Uh-huh.
the Patriots, or the Celtics.
Yes. Can we stop for a second? Can we agree that right now that the Red Sox are one of the 3 favorites to win the World Series?
Yes.
Okay. Can we say that the Celtics are one of the 2 favorites to come out and play in the championship game? Yes.
From the East. One of the 2 favorites.
To get to the championship game.
One of the 2 favorites.
Okay. And you've got the Patriots, who are the favorite in the AFC to make the Super Bowl.
I would agree with that.
And then you've got the Bruins, who were a very good playoff team last year. So, who's number 1?
Boy, I wanted to say the Red Sox, but until they started facing Houston,
They lost again today.
They lost again today. Yeah, they got some question marks. I'll say the. I'll say the Celtics.
All right. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
will one of those 4 teams win a championship?
Yes.
In this season.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
Right.
I'll say the Patriots. I just said the Celtics are gonna go the farthest.
How about this? how about this?
Is that a fence rider? Look at Peter Hoppy's next to me. He can't.
How about this one?
I'm a fence rider. Yeah.
Only one of them will even play for a championship,
Yeah.
and that's the Boston Celtics. The Patriots will not be in the Super Bowl. The Red Sox will not be in the World Series.
Yeah.
The Bruins will not be in the Stanley
You're
Cup.
a Red
final.
Sox fan.
Huge Red Sox fan.
They have flaws.
I think the American League, and I've said this for a while, the American League's very good.
Yeah.
Houston,
Cleveland's a good team too.
Houston and Cleveland.
Cleveland's sneaky good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good team in the playoffs. Good manager.
And New York's if Judge is healthy, New York's going to be really difficult in the playoffs as well.
I think New York's in trouble.
But
I think New York's got problems.
But I think both Cleveland and Houston are
I
outstanding.
think New York has got problems, and your 9-iron and wedge have problems too. I'll see you after the game.
I've played 12 rounds of golf with the sports doctor. He's beaten me once, and now I'm hearing about my wedge. We are ready to start the second half here at East Lyme High School.
What the heck were you guys just talking about?
The double O football as opposed to the football with a U.
I got you. It was fun to listen to.
Well, here's the thing, the sports doctor only thinks there's one football.
Yeah.
And as you and I both know, that this is the
real
original football.
Yes.
So
But
I
give Sports Doctor a lot of credit, though. I saw him with his Rules of Soccer book tonight, and I give him a lot of credit. A lot of people wouldn't be carrying that thing around.
No, and I give him even more credit for the fact that he's down there on the sideline right now, and he's listening to these conversations, and he doesn't need Google Translate to understand what the coaches are saying down there. He said, overlapping run? Was that with a fullback?
Is that a 1-2?
Is that with a fullback and the running back? I'm like, no, sports doctor. That's with the fullback and the midfielder.
It's not a punch. It's a 1-2. Nah, I get. You and him. I'll tell you what. The soccer's on the map now because of this. We're on the map because of you guys and game day. And I think with Peter and you guys, the team that you guys have, you've done wonders for the games. For the high school sports in the area, and that's why you're award winning. I mean, give you guys a lot of credit, man. I wish you guys were there when I was there because what you've done is really special.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah. But we're the first to tell you that we talked about how the kids have raised their game. That's why we've been able to do what we've been able to do because these kids are spectacular. We like you said, the amount of people that are here tonight for this doubleheader. When you walk into the Waterford High School gym and it's packed with Lancer Nation, you go to go to these events, and that's why we're able to do what we do, is because these kids are just phenomenal, and the student sections and that support them now are also phenomenal.
Yeah.
Here's Johnson. Out wide it goes. Down the sideline to her teammate Siefkin, but out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for East Lyme.
Tough first touch there. But I like, I like how Johnson gets her teammates involved. I like how she just, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm gonna make the right play. I'm gonna put the ball where it needs to go.
Kelly with the goal kick for East Lyme, and a flick in the midfield settled by Old Lyme, and out of the pack, East Lyme with a steal, looking for a little action. Through ball on the run, and can't get there in time was Catanzaro. On the other side, Finaro trying to hold for Old Lyme, and she instead lets it go to Zrenda, and Zrenda plays it up, and East Lyme wants to try to put it right back in, out of bounds. It'll be a Viking throw.
Yeah, and it looks like Zrenda was told, pretty much don't play back to the keeper and the keeper's feet, like we talked about the first half, live to play another day, kick it out, get organized.
Nice throw, head ball on the far side. Anybody's ball, knocked it around. 4 head balls in a row. Daron battling in the far corner. She's battling with Preventure, and it will be an Old Lyme goal kick. 2-1. Wildcats on top here, just underway in the second half. It'll be a goal kick for Old Lyme in the white, going right to left. East Lyme in the home maroon, going left to right.
I like this with East Lyme. I like this little this line of confrontation a little higher up. Let them kick it right to you. Take advantage of it. Have Catanzaro and Healy up front.
Ball loose now, midfield. Old Lyme with the steal, but we got a player down on the field. East Lyme with the ball. Nice job that time by Zrenda.
It's the referee's
still battling, though. Still battling in Old Lyme.
The referee's discretion if it's not a head injury.
And now we get the whistle.
Yep.
Now we get the whistle.
Boy, it's a big loss for Old Lyme if this is Armenia, It's a big loss.
They're checking on her right now, sitting up. Looks like she just got banged, but you just don't know, when players on the ground, what it is. But the good news is that she's sitting up and now getting to her feet.
That's good
and
news.
She's limping, which is also good news, because the two things you don't want is being carried. Exactly.
Yeah.
The 2 things you don't want is the head and being carried off the field. So walking off under her own power as quickly as she did indicates they didn't have to go through the concussion protocol on the field.
Yep.
So she's going to walk off under her own power. That's good news, as Kaylee Armenia, one of the most skilled players out there for Old Lyme. They'll substitute in, and it will be East Lyme ball, and they're going to control. And the sub that comes in will be Melissa Morrow.
Yeah, sometimes, Old Lyme, these guys are so sophisticated now. They'll just play it back to East Lyme and let them play it.
So Old Lyme will have an opportunity to kind of set their defense.
Might be a drop ball now.
They're going to go drop ball.
Yep, and go live. So
all right, so
no one had possession.
Catanzaro will take the drop ball for East Lyme, and she wins the drop ball. And East Lyme will have an opportunity in the midfield, and nicely job by Old Lyme. Quickly out with it, spinning to the ground, no whistle, is Siefkin. She gives it up to Johnson, and now East Lyme steps in front. Johnson in the midfield for Old Lyme. Oh, look at the fancy footwork. She goes out wide to Siefkin, but Siefkin can't get there. I don't think she was expecting that ball. Johnson with some tap dancing at midfield.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Gleason is pushing Maya back into the midfield a little bit. Let 2 other guys run up front, see if they can get something going up there. Save her legs a little bit.
Far sideline, Siefkin for Old Lyme, puts it in the middle. Ball loose, East Lyme trying to clear, turn. Up through the midfield it goes. Johnson keeps it back in for Old Lyme. Johnson wants a run from a teammate. Perfect little lob right onto the foot of Siefkin, but out of bounds it goes. Talented young lady.
Yeah, sure is. She's got all the passes.
That ball goes out of bounds, and it will be looks like it'll be a corner kick for Old Lyme. So that means they're going to send McCarthy, Danny McCarthy on the far side will send the corner kick in.
She's automatic with these. Wouldn't doubt it. One of these goes in.
Here she goes, gets her teammates running. There it is. Spinning on the 18. No one can get ahead on the ball. McCarthy comes back in, puts it back in, and it sails high, far post and out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Vikings.
So kind of similar start to the first half, filling each other out a little bit, But this worries me. If I'm an Old Lyme Wildcat, I'm worried about Healy up front.
Yep.
Times her runs well, and she just showed that she can finish.
East Lyme tries to control. Nice job by Old Lyme stepping in. Morrow. And, nice step up on the other side by Venditti. Finaro puts it right back to Siefkin. Siefkin going down the sideline, tries to cut it inside, loses it. And it's stolen back. Old Lyme with the ball. Far side it goes. McCarthy. McCarthy cuts to the middle. McCarthy puts it into space, and East Lyme tries to clear. Can't. Johnson puts a head on it. Johnson with a one-timer. Low to the ground. Couldn't get enough on it that time. But dangerous as the foot came up, and Johnson's head went down. That could have been contact, but Johnson was not able to get a real maximum amount of power on that ball. Look at the nice punt off of the foot now. East Lyme, here's a run, far side. Healy looking for the middle. She's running the middles. Healy looking for a pass, can't get it. And out of bounds it goes. Nicely done that time.
A 17 or is that Healy? Might have been 17.
Yep.
God, they look like
White.
sisters.
Caitlin White. Hard to tell numbers on the East Limes when they're not fully back to you. They got the dark maroon.
Great work by White, though.
We really need to send a chart out. Here's a low ball, and out, loose in front, and a goal! Score! That looks like Preventure.
Yeah.
Preventure on the loose ball. Gray couldn't control it. It went through her hands, and Preventure finishes, and we're tied at 2.
There's no quit in the Vikings. I tell you, they've won, 8 championships, 8 league championships, went to the state semifinals last year. This is a traditionally tough, seasoned team and program. They're not going to go away. Now all of a sudden we do have a game.
So good news, bad news. If you're Old Lyme, the good news is that Armenia is back into the ball game.
Yes.
The bad news is we are all tied up at 2 on a game that looked immediately. Now here's where Johnson wants to
get right after
assert some of her influence. But that was just a bad goal let up by Old Lyme. I mean, Gray has that ball in her hands. It's wet ball, on a night like tonight, slips through her hands, and it just happens to go right onto the chest of Preventure, who the smartest thing she did was she didn't try to take it to the ground.
No,
she just ran to the goal with the ball on her chest and let it go into the goal. I mean, that was really well done.
Yep, that's what seniors do.
Catanzaro puts it up ahead, but Finaro is going to shield off Wargo and allow Gray to come and take it out. So Gray will punt. 33 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. 2-2. East Lyme and Old Lyme all tied up as the Vikings have scored 2 unanswered goals to tie it up. Nice job. Nice flick by McCarthy. Now in the middle of the field comes Derone. Derone plays it back to Armenia. Armenia, right sideline to McCarthy, and a good step in by Venditti. And down the sideline with a run are the Vikings. But very calmly clearing it out of there is Derone. Finaro, far sideline, battling with Wargo.
She's a tough little player over there, Finaro.
East Lyme, cross in the middle. Handball avoided, and Lathrop clears it out for Old Lyme. Stay East Lyme throw. Momentum shifting. East Lyme starting to put the gas up here a little bit.
Yep.
So East Lyme will have a throw. 2-2. 33 minutes remaining here in the ballgame.
Looks like Coach Redding's sending players now, sending more players forward.
Old Lyme trying to clear. Nice job, step in McCarthy. Clears it out, but Venditti puts it right back in. Agbayani. Also, now East Lyme plays it back to Agbayani. Agbayani tries to get a through ball, but nice job stepping up is Old Lyme. We're going to get a whistle that time. Yep, we're going to get a whistle on Healy.
I like that kid. I'm telling you, she's a real deal.
Healy was
That's battling a senior right there from Old Lyme.
Was jostling with Daron and got the whistle. So here comes Daron. That's Brittany Daron. She's going to take the free kick here for Old Lyme. Low liner onto the head of Lazuski. Battle banged in front. We're going to get a whistle. That was CC Klimaszewski for Old Lyme, and she ran hard into Sophie Taylor for East Lyme, and we're going to get a whistle as she gets up. That was a hard collision there.
Yeah. Make sure she knows where she's at right now. Good job by the official, giving her a chance.
Agbayani that time was the East Lyme defender, and that's a full-blown collision right there.
That was a short straw right there.
Kelly will take the kick for East Lyme. Step in, head
well
ball,
won.
nicely done by Lathrop. Lathrop onto the foot of Armenia. Armenia through the middle with Johnson. Johnson goes wide to Siefkin. Stolen by East Lyme up the sideline. Vikings. Through ball, nice job, but stepped in front again is Lathrop. Lathrop through the midfield to Daron.
Lathrop's played a very nice game.
Johnson was with the ball in Armenia, but stepped in front is Agbayani. Now Healy wants to get through. There's the ball. But no, stepped out. Zrenda that time for Old Lyme. East Lyme is really putting the pressure on. Lathrop clears. And Siefkin comes out for Old Lyme out of bounds, and we're going to get some subs into the game. A lot of action that time. East Lyme has really turned up the pressure here.
Yeah, they are. They've been the fresher of the teams. And they played 24 hours ago.
That's hard to believe, the fresh legs, yeah. Definitely. Old Lyme came out guns a-blazing, and they were, full of energy to start the game.
But they couldn't get that third goal.
Yeah, they couldn't.
They couldn't get it. They didn't get it. And you keep a team like East Lyme around, guess what? You got a game.
Two goals early on by Old Lyme, and then 2 unanswered goals by East Lyme. We're tied at 2, and we're under 30 minutes remaining here in the ballgame.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like the first game. All of a sudden a Maya Johnson moment in the last minute, becomes somewhat predictable.
East Lyme looking to put the pressure on again. Sports Doctor, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Casey, you hit the nail on the head. I just had a chance to talk to Coach Redding over on the sidelines for East Lyme, and I asked her, I said, is that what you talked about at halftime, was turning up the pressure a little bit? And she said, absolutely. We've got 40 minutes to win this game. We're going to leave it all on the field.
Yeah, well, they're trying right now. East Lyme has been the aggressor here in the second half. Here's a nice ball, but can't get to it as Healy was putting it on the pressure, and she couldn't get there. Instead, Siefkin on the far sideline for Old Lyme. Nice move on the sideline is Siefkin. Heads up field, passes it off. Johnson will go through the midfield now. Johnson, beautiful ball right onto the foot of Manthau, but East Lyme clears it back out. Now Old Lyme making another rush. Armenia, and a nice job punching it out is East Lyme. Finaro on the far sideline wanted to give it to Siefkin, but out of bounds, and it'll be an East Lyme throw.
Yeah, a lot of the runs for Old Lyme have been straight ahead. You haven't seen too many, diagonal runs. I think if they can change up their runs a little bit, they'll be in better shape.
East Lyme with an opportunity, but great job on the back line by Finaro. We haven't seen that goal by Old Lyme where we saw Finaro.
Bing, 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 yeah.
Right, and they've had 4 ball touch it, and finally McCarthy on the far end off. That was so well done. We haven't seen that. Like you said, the runs have been straight ahead. On that particular run, the ball went side to side. 4 different people touched it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in a while. Give credit to East Lyme, too, for tightening up.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a ball loose in front. Dangerous.
And I'm watching this, where, just some small things like Old Lyme defenders not following their men in. Like if that ball's bobbled, as you know, a ball can be bobbled.
Absolutely.
Who's following that kid?
Here's Johnson, ever dangerous. Johnson makes a move. Johnson's in the open. Johnson wants to get a shot off, goes to the left foot. Johnson still, left foot flies, and hits the crossbar! In front. Johnson over the top. Oh, Maya!
Oh, Maya is right. What a hit.
Maya Johnson did everything you can do but score. She went through 3 defenders, got it on the left foot, rocketed it off the crossbar, had a second chance, and sailed it through the goalposts.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy. Opportunity that time, but Old Lyme and East Lyme dodged one there.
And now watch.
Oh, here it is. Through ball. Nicely done. Very calm, though, as Lathrop.
Lathrop has done a really nice job for a young player to be in that backfield. She's done a really nice job of organizing, getting rid of the ball when she needs to, winning 50-50 balls. Done a nice job back there.
One thing I think we have to do on game day is we have to let the coach. We have to give the coaches a clinic on jersey selection for broadcast
I
purposes.
think we had this problem last year in the ECC final, did we not?
I love the maroon, but can we have white letters instead of black letters on the maroon?
Yes, yes.
At night, can't see them. There's a nice opportunity. Armenia now spins off with the right foot. Down the sideline she goes, looking for Lathrop in the corner. Has a chance. There's a centering ball, and a nice job. Opportunity. Nifty move. Johnson, left foot, lets flyer. Head ball by East Lyme in front to clear.
Boy, she just hits bombs. You know, I give East Lyme a lot of credit.
Yeah, Maya Johnson
middle of 'em.
is dangerous wherever she is.
Yeah.
25 minutes remaining at a 2-2 ball game. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the East Lyme jerseys. They're beautiful, but the black on the maroon is difficult.
Yeah.
There's a nice ball by East Lyme, but controlled in the back by Healy. Lathrop, rather.
Yeah.
Yep, Lathrop. Manthal with an opportunity. Ball on the foot. Out it goes. Off the foot of Morrow into the far side. Looking for a centering pass and can't get it on the ground. East Lyme pushes it back out and looking to transition right out of the defensive end.
That was a good idea by East Lyme.
Old Lyme will throw. Far side. Oh, beautiful move that time. Derone shot and wide. Nice thought that time, Emily Derone, but she just couldn't get the right amount of mustard on it to get it onto goal.
Yep.
And Kelly will take the goal kick for East Lyme on the near post. 2-2. Tied up, East Lyme, Old Lyme. Nicely done by Johnson. Keeps it on her foot. Puts it ahead. It goes to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Johnson. Old Lyme. Johnson makes a beautiful move. Gets a return pass. Couldn't quite get it from Manthal.
Good try, though.
That was well thought of. See, that's the passing I was talking about before. There it goes. Back again. McCarthy streaking in. Left foot. Puts it in front. Manthal. Missed opportunity. Touch pass back. Derone and a deflection out of bounds.
That's a little better from Old Lyme, you know? And they're playing the balls to feet, and they're making it happen, you know? Boy, it looked like a deflection, didn't it?
It did, but they're going to say that it was just Derone hitting it out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick unless they change their minds, and that's the argument that McCarthy's making right now.
Yeah.
But the officials say no. Say that Derone just missed it left, and it'll be goal kick for East Lyme. There's a break.
Nope, 22 kids were wrong. Here we go. This might be the conference that they needed to hear. Sometimes 22 kids are right.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't see the ball, and yep, they're going to call it. That's well done by the officials, though. Well done.
And you know what? They're not going to penalize East Lyme for subbing on that either. So just let it go.
Yeah, well
Give
done.
the right kick. Leave the subs in.
So
move
McCarthy
on.
will go take the corner kick for
And now,
Old Lyme.
out of all the years of coaching high school, as a high school coach, these are the moments. That play was just changed,
overturned. Subs come in.
and
Absolutely.
now my opponent has a corner, and watch what happens.
McCarthy, dangerous. Low hits it in the middle. Johnson with a chance off the foot and a save by Owen. Johnson had a chance on the deflection.
Yep.
And now you sense a little momentum shift back the other direction with Old Lyme being more aggressive.
Yep.
Finaro keeps it in. Finaro, nicely done on the
She's done
sideline.
a lot of work over there, Finaro. You know, grinding it out over there. You know, winning a lot of 50-50 balls and
Yeah.
doing her role.
Only a junior. A lot of talent on these two teams coming back next year. A lot of skilled players in both directions. There's a through ball. Now, here's one thing I will say about East Lyme. I think they got an opportunity, though.
Uh-oh.
Nifty move. Oh, and a great job by Lathrop to clear. Old Lyme clears with Lathrop.
Probably the youngest back they have. Probably playing the most significant.
You know, there's a little bit right now. East Lyme seems to be a little bit content trying to just hit the home run through the middle.
Yep.
Instead of working it side to side.
Yep.
They're trying to get Helium like they have been, but that's a difficult pass to make, that down the middle.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you live or die by it, you know? Because if Old Lyme wins it and does this, you're out of shape, really.
There's Finaro for Old Lyme.
But I like how East Lyme is played. I mean, East Lyme, yeah, you have Maya Johnson, you know, but we have a good team here.
Yes.
And we're gonna defend as a team. I like what Coach Redding's done.
Ball at midfield.
And it's a very young team.
Yes, they are.
You're right when you said that. I mean, she mentioned that 4 starters were freshmen. Lost a ton of kids from last year, so, you know.
Yeah, they have a few seniors, but they are so many of the players on the field right now are underclassmen.
Yeah.
20 and a half minutes remaining in this ball game. We're tied at 2. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien down on those sidelines. But tonight, we got the coach, Rob Rule, and we are in Game 2 of our boys-girls doubleheader between Old Lyme and East Lyme. East Lyme won the first one 2-1 in exciting fashion, and Old Lyme, after jumping out to a 2-0 lead in this one, has seen the Vikings come storming back to tie it at 2.
What's your prediction? What are you thinking, Case? Do you have a prediction right now?
I am always going to err on the side of the great player.
Yeah, me too.
So if I had to pick right now,
Yeah.
I'm going to say I got one thing that
Moment of brilliance.
one thing that Paul Gleason can say is, hey, I got Maya Johnson and no one else does.
Right.
Speaking of which, Johnson, beautiful move through the middle. Johnson, one more touch, left foot, let's go a shot, and a save made by Owen. And right there, in a nutshell, is why I choose Old Lyme as the favorite.
Yeah.
Because they've got the great player. I mean, she's just brilliant with the ball. Not to mention, they've won a few state championships in the past few years, so they know how to win.
Yeah, they do. Starting to feel like this is the time of the game where a bounce goes their way.
Corner, McCarthy setting it up. Low liner. East Lyme tries to clear, but instead, a nice opportunity from Derone, but it'll be a goal kick. Sports Doctor said that East Lyme, he's been listening from Coach Redding, said they don't like the physical play. It was a bad matchup last night against Waterford because Waterford's a very physical team.
Yeah.
They'd rather play this finesse game against a team like Old Lyme. They feel like they're better matched up.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. A finesse game versus a finesse team versus last night's physicality of Waterford.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the Lancers are a physical team. Coach Gilly has done a nice job making something out of, the program that he's created now. And he tries to play the game when he can. He tries to get behind defenders, and he's physical. The game's a physical game.
Zarenda to McCarthy. McCarthy cuts it back, puts it in the middle of the field. Johnson had an opportunity but couldn't connect. And now Old Lyme tries to keep it back in. Lathrop pushes it over to Finaro. Finaro down the sideline to Denya. And Denya fighting on the far side out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in.
Yep.
East Lyme throwing.
Should be a throw-in, right?
It can't be a kick over there. There we go.
Yep.
Throw-in as far down as you can be. Right on the flag. On the sideline, East Lyme keeps it in the middle. Johnson, though, pushes it back to her teammate. Now back to Derone. Derone, nice change of fields. Other direction, Zarenda. Oh, but a good step in that time by East Lyme.
Yeah, those square balls are trouble. You got to be very sure that it's going to get to where it needs to go to. A flat square ball is dangerous in this game.
Throw from Taylor. Old Lyme intercepts. Now back it goes. Taylor. She loses the ball. Coming out of the pack is Manthau.
She's a nice player.
In the middle to Derone, but a step in and a steal.
Catanzaro out of nowhere.
She tries to take it, but Manthau and Derone. Now Derone takes it. Catanzaro takes it back from Derone, but
wow.
They're going to have Old Lyme ball. Here's a dangerous part of the field to be on 35 yards out, 17 minutes, and we're counting here in a 2-2 ball game. They're going to let Brittany Derone take the kick. She approaches, lets it fly, looking for a run, and she just hits it out of bounds. No far side. They're trying to get Denya on the far post, but she couldn't get there in time. It's tough to stay on sides and get to that far post on that ball.
Yeah, when you have a long, low-driven ball, it's nearly impossible, So you have to, it's just a tough ball to play, and it has to be perfect, You had to float it in there and just enough. But
yeah, I always found the keeper's friend was that kind of angle where you really didn't have to worry about a backside person coming in. You can really kind of keep everything in front of you.
Yep.
It's those high arcers where you're in no man's land.
Yeah.
You don't know whether to
6
come
to
out.
12 yards out.
Yeah, those are the ones that really frustrate you. On the far sideline, out of bounds it goes. Old Lyme will have the throw, and we're now under 16 minutes to go here in a 2-2 game. And a bad throw that time. What we call that, an unforced error.
Yes.
That time. That's a true turnover right now because now East Lyme has the throw. Venditti will throw on the far side, and she whiffed on it. That's the third time tonight we have seen a player whiff on a throw.
Yeah.
Has to be the wet ball.
Yeah, definitely.
We saw in the boys' game, we saw Romeo dry the ball off every single time he threw it, which I think is what really you need to happen. But it negates the quick throw. Nice step in and a penalty. We're going to have East Lyme controlling possession now. Old Lyme drops back.
These Vikings are not going anywhere. They're bending. They're bending. They're not breaking.
And the dangerous Healy and Catanzaro are down lurking right now for the Vikings.
Yep.
Keep your eye on Wargo, Healy, and Catanzaro. Here comes the kick. Kelly, low liner. Healy on the run. Oh, dangerous ball, but Gray clears it. That's that deflection you talked about.
Totally. Yep.
Sometimes there's a rebound.
Used to call that the thank you ball. Thank you, kid.
Yes.
Thank you, coach. Thank you, kid.
Oh, Old Lyme that time dodges a little one there as East Lyme. No whistle, play on. East Lyme, opportunity.
The guy had he had his whistle in his mouth.
Lathrop plays it out wide now. Finaro tripped up. East Lyme recovers. East Lyme tries to put it back in their own end. Down the sideline it goes, but a little too much steam. And
good back pressure by Armenia. Armenia, right?
Yes.
Armenia?
Yeah. Armenia. Kaylee, she's a player.
She is.
Only a sophomore. Good things to come. So it'll be a goal kick here for Old Lyme. Out of their own end, far post from us, 13 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in a 2-2 game. On the run now, Old Lyme can't get to the ball. East Lyme instead tries to put pressure, keep it on their own end, fighting, and Finaro tries to put it back. Handball gets away with. Manthau steps up, can't do it now. East Lyme with a chance, and Old Lyme heads it out.
Well won by Jorenda. Now just get out. Yeah, that's where you just say, you know what, I'm going to get out of the way.
And Johnson doing her best, Pele, but a beautiful strip from Healy. The freshman took it away from the senior. Healy, through ball. Catanzaro can't get there. And a save by Gray. Dangerous that time.
Sure was.
Punt kept in nicely by Healy. Midfield, East Lyme retains possession. Now Finaro steps in for Old Lyme. There comes Armenia. Armenia dancing. Space in the middle. Armenia. Oh, nice step through. And East Lyme by Agbayani.
She's been a nice player.
Finaro knows a change of field. Johnson, middle of the field, dangerous. Inside the 30, switches over, left foot. Johnson tries to dump it in, does. Armenia shoots and goes wide.
Good turn, good ball.
I'm debating whether or not I want Johnson to take that shot. She's been so dangerous with the left foot.
Yep.
But She saw an opportunity for Armenia. That's a lot of trust in the young sophomore.
Sure was. And it was nice that the young sophomore showed herself there, gave her an option.
Armenia back with the ball for Old Lyme.
Look at this.
Spins.
Look at this kid.
Beautiful move. Goes down the sideline, and nice check out there by East Lyme, but it'll be an Old Lyme throw, and it'll be taken by McCarthy.
I mean, look at these. Healy. You look at Lathrop. You look at Armenia. You look at these young kids, freshmen and sophomores, playing with the Maya Johnsons of the world. These are such great little players.
McCarthy to Johnson. McCarthy gets it back, stolen by the Vikings. They try to switch into the offensive end, but a nice job, step up by Finaro. Finaro will keep it in for Old Lyme. In the middle of the field now, kept in by Old Lyme. East Lyme just trying to get transition going, hasn't been able to. Now a ball on the outside. Running down is Finaro for Old Lyme, and she just punches it out of bounds, but it stays in the corner, and we'll wait for the whistle. It will stay East Lyme ball.
Could be dangerous.
It means that they're going to get a corner. So dangerous time in a 2-2 game, under 11 minutes, and it'll be a Viking corner.
Yeah, you sensing Old Lyme getting a little tired?
I do.
The legs getting a little bit tired. The passes aren't as sharp.
I do. The Vikings turning up the pressure now. Keep your eye on Wargo and Healy in the middle.
Could this be the set piece?
High ball in the air. Kelly tries to get ahead on it. It's loose and cleared by Old Lyme. Armenia, one person to beat, but a nice job by Venditti to keep it in the East Lyme end.
No offsides there, huh?
And finally a whistle. It'll stay East Lyme ball.
Yeah, I think East Lyme got away with one there with a no offside call, but that's it's part of the game.
10 minutes remaining in the ball game. 2-2, East Lyme and Old Lyme. Throw in from Venditti, low, punched up into the air. Anybody's ball. Who's going to get those 50-50 balls? Old Lyme. That's another way you know they're tired.
Boy, he had
Turn
10
and
people.
clear.
10 people defending.
Kelly puts it back in for East Lyme. Dangerous flick goes backwards by Old Lyme. Healy with the ball for the Vikings. Stops, moves back left, puts it in the middle, gets a return. Healy, shot, and a save. Ball was deflected, and Gray was on her line. Opportunity that time, East Lyme with a scoring chance.
Yep, East Lyme, good shape. Getting back in the lock, the line of confrontation around 30 yards out. Been doing it all night.
Agbayani calmly clears it back to Wargo. Wargo turns to Kelly, and they'll go and switch fields. Nicely done by East Lyme. Dangerous, intercepted. McCarthy puts it in front, and a goal! Put into the net by Abigail Manthau for the lead.
That kid's been tough. Kid was tough in the first half.
3-2 Old Lyme.
Wow.
McCarthy to Manthau for the goal.
What a goal. We may not be done, Casey. We may not be done. There could be another one here.
And we've got McCarthy cramping. That's what that is. Long run and a cramp. And so with 3-2 Old Lyme with just under 9 minutes remaining in the game, we're going to see if McCarthy's going to have to go to the sideline.
That might be Johnson.
Is it Johnson? And East Lyme wants to get the ball in right away. And we're going to get a whistle finally. They're going to stop this thing. Is it Johnson or is it McCarthy?
Looks like Johnson.
It's Johnson. It's 12. And that's, if it's Maya Johnson, that is an annoying. Yeah, it is, because there's McCarthy on the sideline. So it is Maya Johnson, number 12. It looks like a
cramp.
It looks like a cramp. I mean, the way she did it, she took 2 steps and went right for her calf. I mean,
Yep.
that's one of those classic cramps. But she's going to have to come off the field, and that is not an easy thing. And they're helping her off the field right now. Daron is helping with the trainer, getting Maya Johnson off the field. 8:48 remaining in the game, and the best player on the field is heading to the sideline.
Yep. Gut check time for Old Lyme. You know?
Already thin, Old Lyme, already missing a couple of varsity starters with some injuries,
Yep.
and going to the sideline is your best player.
And player of the year.
So yeah, but you got to lead.
Right.
Better than if it was 2-2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the cramp came after the run that she put on the goal.
Yeah, she got on her horse and got up there and dragged the defender out of that space. And now it's the little things, you know. Let's see this young Old Lyme team hold on to a lead. Let's see what East Lyme does right now. A young East Lyme team.
That's right. Kenya sees the opportunity. Lauren Wallace comes in, only a sophomore. She comes in to replace. Sports doctor says it's cramps. She's okay. She's already saying she's okay on the sideline, but she is cramping, which is not a surprise, especially first game of the year and the heat of the week.
And no, kids, it was cool out today, so kids think they're hydrated, and they're not.
No.
So, it's very typical of a cool day to be dehydrated.
Nice job. Gray comes off her line, beats the Viking to the ball, and it's 3-2 Old Lyme with 8:20 remaining in the ball game. Can they hold on against a tenacious East Lyme Viking team?
Yeah.
East Lyme doesn't want to lose back-to-back heartbreakers.
No, and they don't want to lose at home. I mean, what happened here?
We're going to get a whistle, and it's going to be East Lyme.
Handball, maybe.
East Lyme ball must have been off the hand. Let's find out how long Maya Johnson is on the sideline before she says, "No, coach, I'm back in this thing." You see her stretching the hamstring down on the sideline, the calf rather.
Yeah, unfortunately, those keep cramping up.
Oh yeah. Kelly puts it in for East Lyme.
Tie my shoe.
I was a notorious cramp guy back in high school. My calves were really bad. I would wake up in the middle of the night with cramps.
Yep.
And unfortunately, my son has inherited that from me. He has woken up 3 times in the last 2 weeks with cramps on his calves in the middle of the night. We do magnesium and potassium and everything. It's just a thing that happens. So I can unsympathize. Here's a nice job that time stepping in as Siefkin was heading down the sideline, but East Lyme intercepts and out of bounds. It'll stay Old Lyme ball. And cramping, as you know, is no fun. I mean, it feels like you can't move.
It's underrated how painful it is.
It really is. It's true.
It's like stomach flu.
Oh, that's right.
Like we're supposed to say, I got the stomach flu. I'm like, have you ever had the stomach flu?
That's no fun at all.
It's like cramps. Like it's brutal.
Ball in the middle, opportunity that time. You got to wonder who's going to step up for Old Lyme with Maya Johnson on the bench right now. You got to think Armenia is going to be the main target now. East Lyme in the midfield, controls, long ball. Old Lyme, though, content to drop back Daron and Finaro.
Tick tock, tick tock. Like this is the last 8 minutes of a game. Ball's out, walk to throw-ins. You try to just slow it down a little bit.
Waiting on the sideline to come back in the game, Maya Johnson. She just needs a change of possession so that she can get in. Old Lyme fighting for it, but right now East Lyme controls. Old Lyme happy to drop back 9 defenders right now.
Yeah. East Lyme's not done.
6 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 3-2 Old Lyme. There's the throw-in. Kelly tries to cut.
Ooh.
Stoned by Finaro and company. Very physical. Shot goes wide. Nice opportunity, but shot goes wide. And 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and Johnson comes back into the ball game. Lauren Wallace heads off. And so we'll see how Johnson does with the cramping calf.
She's probably just as good with a cramping calf.
I mean, with 2 calves, it's almost unfair. Armenia with the opportunity. Has Johnson running through, doesn't see her. Kept in by McCarthy. McCarthy plays it, and East Lyme intercepts. Now Old Lyme trying to get it back.
It's where a young player, you got to know. You got to find your number 12,
There she is right now with the ball in midfield, and she puts a ball down the sideline. It goes back to McCarthy. McCarthy cuts in. Nice ball. It goes to Daron. Daron down in the corner. Oh, she just missed Armenia. Transition from East Lyme. Going in the other direction. Long ball. Stepping in, and a penalty maybe? No. Couldn't get there. Caitlin White was on the run. So was Healy. Neither could get there.
Good ball.
Back the other direction. Beautifully done. Klimiszewski. Can she beat Kelly to the ball? Kelly beats her to the ball, but kicks it out of bounds.
Great stuff by Old Lyme right there. They worked hard to keep that ball in play way out there on the far touchline, Casey, and all of a sudden 40 yards downfield,
Yeah.
4 minutes left. That's
Great foot race between Klimaszewski and Kelly. Kelly won it, but had to settle for kicking it out of bounds. Old Lyme, a little bit of offensive pressure. Klimaszewski with the left foot. Ball kept in. Klimaszewski, low liner. East Lyme tries to clear. Out of bounds. It'll stay Old Lyme ball. East Lyme fans wanted a deflection.
Vikings are getting a little restless.
Zarenda puts it back in the middle on a run.
Uh-oh.
Loose ball. Johnson, stutter steps, left foot, back to the right. Johnson takes a shot, and a gorgeous save. Rebound. Oh, wide open, missed by Klimaszewski. Johnson had a beautiful shot. Great save by Owen. Rebound was in front, and oh my, Old Lyme.
She wants that one back. Yep, she wants that one back.
The two seniors, CC
Shaking her head.
Klimaszewski and Maya Johnson, they could have put this one away. Instead, East Lyme has life. 3-2 Old Lyme, 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Oh, dangerous through ball. They wanted Healy. East Lyme still fighting. Old Lyme still fighting. There's a ball in the middle of the field.
Look at this.
On the run, Johnson ahead to Klimaszewski. Switches to the right foot. Back it goes. Johnson, one-timer, and a save by Owen.
I think the calf's feeling better.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah. True.
Owen tries to clear it out on the punt, but Old Lyme sensing it. Dangerous right now. Agbayani tries to change fields for East Lyme. Can't. McCarthy, nice job, stoned by Venditti. Run down the sideline by Venditti, and a step in by by Finaro. And it'll be East Lyme ball still. East Lyme, one last chance, 2.5 minutes left. They got to put a little something on.
Yep.
Field change, but a nice step in the middle. Old Lyme stepped in by Zarenda.
That's where you got to get it up and out.
Nice job. Old Lyme really stepping up that time. Derone. East Lyme now 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Down 3-2. Old Lyme on a late goal. Up 3-2. Flick. Zarenda loses it, but calmly plays it in the back.
Whoa.
Zarenda turns and just knocks it out of bounds. You're going to see a lot of knocking out of bounds at this point.
You are.
When in doubt.
Kick it out.
That's right. Step in. Nicely done by Johnson. She's everywhere helping out now. One last chance. Catanzaro. Ball goes up in the air. Catanzaro looks ahead. Old Lyme, nicely done. Finaro, far right side, loses it. Wargo. Now it goes to Venditti. Venditti looking for Healy. Beautiful step in down there, though.
And just eating the clock.
Beautiful step in.
By Lathrop?
Yeah, it was Lathrop, and she's just
had a
sealed
really
her
good
off.
game.
Yeah, she really has.
She really
Sealed her
played
off.
well.
Goal kick now for Old Lyme as we under a minute. Very difficult right here. Got to clear it. They're taking their time.
Yeah, this is a veteran move right there.
Zarenda.
You take it. No, you take it.
Oh, Zarenda kicks it out of bounds, so Old East Lyme's going to have one last chance. 40 seconds remaining. They got to go. Venditti with the throw. Beautiful step in by Finaro. Agbayani puts it back in for East Lyme. Here's a transition ball. Armenia can't get it as Kelly steps in. East Lyme, one last chance, under 30 seconds. Ball through, got to come off your line, and there she comes. This keeper for Old Lyme, Gray, comes in, and now you can eat off another 10 seconds.
Yeah. This is where I kick it out to the porta potties.
15 seconds left. She's going to let this thing go, and that's pretty much all she's going to do. Nice flick that time by Johnson. Smart play.
Yep.
Just kept it in the air. 5 seconds remaining. A final clear by Old Lyme. And there's your ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful win for the Old Lyme Wildcats to salvage the split on doubleheader Saturday at East Lyme High School. Your final score, the Old Lyme Wildcats 3, the East Lyme Vikings 2, in a thriller. Coach, what a great game.
End to end, we couldn't have asked for anything more. You know, couldn't have asked for any better effort. These two teams came out and they played like champions tonight.
You know,
they
and-
went after it.
2-1 in the first game, East Lyme. 3-2 in the second, Old Lyme. And
Right.
at the end of the day, it was Alec Kaczynski and Maya
Maya
Johnson, the players of the potential players of the year in their conference,
Right.
doing what great players do.
Make other people better.
Yes.
Make your teammates better.
That's exactly what they did. They are just fantastic players, and they showed up tonight. It is exciting. Well, we are just starting what is going to be a long and fruitful season on game day. Our next broadcast will be Friday night, the 21st of September, from New London High School, where the Killingly High School Redmen, the Class State champions from the ECC, will travel down. Of course, Jack Cochran, now the assistant coach, along with Chad Neal. They'll head down to Whalerville. And New London with a great win last night for the first game under new head coach Johnny Burns. We will have that live for you on game day. We'll have exciting football, soccer, volleyball, lots more all year long on game day. For the coach, Rob Brule, with a sports doctor down the sideline, Keith O'Brien, for Peter Wappy and all of our crew, I'm Casey O'Neill saying good night, everybody.